gonna change it on a different one. Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Twitch. Hello, Twitch. Let me pull up Twitch. I always forget. I'm so sorry. I feel like they're so neglected. Let me move this. This is like all fucked up. Squeaky ass chair too. Is it better? Oh my God, the music. I actually hate this. I hate being on camera. Do you know how much I hate being on camera? A lot. I hate it so much. Good morning, Kenzie.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, getting ready for school and
Oh yeah.
all that jazz.
Oh yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. Yeah, we just started this week, so I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like half
We start
my
next week.
Oh yeah? That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we start super early. Hi. Everybody do me a favor and like and share so that we can get opposition. Let's see. I'm gonna share into some groups. Hi. Hi everybody. Thank you, Adriano. Thank you everybody for liking and sharing. I really appreciate it a lot. I'm trying to get some opposition. I want Kenzie to be able to debate. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what I was watching that came up on my thing yesterday, Kenzie, is your debate with that guy, Andrew, what's his name?
Oh, yeah?
Oh my God. It was so good.
What clip was it?
It was when he was talking about his stepkids.
Oh, yeah, I wish I would have pressed him harder. Been like, oh, it sounds like you don't really love him.
No, I thought you did great. I think that came across in what you were saying. It was really good. It was great.
He, it's interesting to like watch it back. I didn't realize like how much he was interrupting me until I watched it back. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, did I say anything?
It was like a lot. I noticed that right away because I was watching his debate with Candace Owens. And when I went to look it up, yours came first. So I watched yours first. And he did the same thing to her, just the constant interruption.
He was a lot more well behaved on Candace's because he knows he can do whatever he wants on the whatever podcast and Brian won't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
Like he even said, I didn't go as hard because I thought she was going to kick me out. It's like, sure, yeah, I'm sure. Which could actually be very fair because, I mean, I'll admit I did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, for sure. It was really good. You guys should be following Kenzie if you're not. She's amazing.
Come tell us about Romania.
Me and Sean were saying good things behind your back the other night.
Oh no, that hoe.
She said that you're
Not always going around saying good things about me. What'd you say?
She said you're the debate god.
Oh, stop it. No.
We all agree.
No. I have been invited back to debate Rachel.
Oh, have you? Are you gonna go?
I feel if I were, now would be a really good time since they're so popular, but I don't know if she would do it now that they're not, like, optically popular. They're just trending.
Right. Yeah, you should do it. You debated Pearl too, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you guys don't even know.
I mean, Pearl is. I swear, Brian just reached out to her and is like, you should invite her on and then just mute her to make her mad. Like, I don't even think Pearl was taking it seriously.
Just make her crash out. That would be good. She married yet? She got married, right?
Did she? I don't know.
Oh, I don't think. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it
I don't
up.
think she did.
I don't think so. You better hurry up, according to her values. I think we should abolish marriage personally.
I mean, I do think marriage is more than anything just a contract under capitalism
Absolutely.
for, division of capital and wealth.
No, 100%. We don't even have any opposition yet.
She didn't even try with Anna Kasparian.
That was bad. I would like to see you debate Anna Kasparian because I can't stand Anna Kasparian. I think she's awful.
I feel she's like doing the Dave Rubin thing where she's starting to like go right.
Oh, for sure. 100%. She's terrible. Hi, Queen. Thank you. And everybody's a communist now. We started like 10 years ago. Yeah. She's a turf too. 15 years ago. I mean, the Young Turks, I hate the Young Turks. I hate Jank. I think it's terrible. Yeah, please repost if you can. Opportunists, yeah. For sure. I mean, Jank has always been right wing. Like he had like essays and articles that he wrote when he was like in college. He was very, very conservative.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Paula.
Yeah, he's just a grifter.
A grifter on the left?
Shocking, huh?
It's
Can't
just
believe it.
easier to grift on the right.
Yeah, I don't know. A young Republican, yeah. Pro-war. You liked them for the better part of the year of 2016. I mean, yeah, I watched them in 2016 for a little bit too. I used to hate when he would talk though. I liked some of the other people that were on there because they would have like segments where it was like,
Computer stop.
dang, they said no traffic for us today, huh? Michael Brooks. I don't know who Michael Brooks is. I feel like I can't like remember that far back. He was just laughing.
Wasn't he on Sam Cedar's show?
I'm gonna look him up. I'm not sure.
Because I think he died, didn't he?
Majority Report.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever watched that. I don't watch a lot of like TV. I feel like that's an understatement. I don't even like turn on a TV ever.
Okay, Courtney.
No, I know it's really bad. No, it's actually a problem. It's actually so embarrassing because people will say like pop culture references and they'll laugh. And then I feel dumb because I have no idea what's happening. So,
I mean, Ash says this, and then we play like movie games with her, and she gets them right.
I did, yeah. But you know what? The last couple months I've been working on it, like trying to watch movies and stuff, because I feel left out, when people talk about stuff. Good morning, Aziz. I'm getting FOMO.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Yeah, they're not up.
Yeah, it's Aziz. I have him up here so he can get.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were.
You're fine. I didn't even know that you'd listen. You're good. Aziz always hangs out with us. I'm like, damn, did I put my account on private and not know it? Everybody here's a mutual.
Do you? Because this is like low views for you.
Weird, yeah. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, now I see like one person who's not a mutual finally. Or not a communist, I guess I should say.
What, Paul?
Yeah, Paul. He's a liberal, but he's cool.
He's a libertarian.
Yeah. He was telling me that he really likes minarchy.
Menarchy?
Yeah. Do you know what minarchy is?
No.
Minarchy is when you like want a monarchy, but it's hi day day, but it's anarchism. And so instead of there being one monarchy, every man is the king of his own castle. So it's decentralized monarchy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Paul. Can you see the tattoo? I mean, I can try to show you the tattoo. I don't know if you'll be able to.
Let's see.
I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys.
Okay, is that a feather?
It is wheat. It's half of the Soviet wreath.
Oh, okay. W.
It's for the Holodomor.
Do you date?
Do I date?
Yeah.
It's like top secret information.
Oh.
A little bit, kind of.
I am so curious what it would be like to be on a date with you. What state do you live in?
California.
Okay, so better than mine. Are you going to tell us anything? What's it like?
Dating in California?
Dating Ash in California.
Dating me?
Yeah, I mean, like when you go to a restaurant, are you like, I wish the workers just owned the kitchen? What do you think about that?
No, I definitely don't shut the fuck up for sure. I did go on a date a couple of months ago and we got coffee and he was like a crypto bro. And so the entirety of us at this like coffee shop was me explaining to him how the labor theory of value works.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I blocked him a couple of days later because he told me he was doing his taxes and that it was so frustrating that he like broke something in his house. And I was like, oh, get away from me. You punched a wall. You're done.
He's not, so he doesn't have a job.
No. And then he kept showing me his financial portfolio and like asking me for advice because he said that it seemed like I understood economics really well. But he didn't understand that like
You should have given him really bad advice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just to like ruin his life.
And then he knew about bricks, so we talked about bricks for a while.
Okay. And
that's it. That's the only date I've been on.
What'd you talk about bricks?
He was telling me about bricks.
What did he tell you? This is like pulling teeth. I feel like a dentist.
He told me that he likes bricks because it's going to make cryptocurrency more like dominant and like normalized. And I definitely disagree with that. But he talked a lot. So that's it. That's the only date I've been on.
That's the only date you've been on.
Yeah, in like a year.
I feel like we need to work on your trolling then.
What do you mean?
I go on dates just to troll them.
Oh, to troll them?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I don't know.
One day I was talking so much shit about libs that the dude thought I was conservative.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh, what were you saying?
I was talking about like insider trading and Nancy Pelosi and like how people like follow her husband's stock market exchanges. And they end up wealthy just by doing that. And then I was also talking like about Obama removing sanctions in Cuba. And then was I talking about him bombing Sudan? I was talking about something else. Something else that I was really critical about Obama. And then he like, you should have seen the twinkle in his eye, Ash.
So funny. Oh my gosh. Did he ask for another date?
No, I left.
Thank God.
Like I said, I go on dates just to troll them.
You're so funny.
Like, there's nothing great to get a man to pay for dinner and then ruin his evening.
You're so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna overshare. I'm getting divorced. And we were together for 17 years. So I'm new here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously you're an individual, do whatever you want. I've been in that boat, and my recommendation is to go out, even if it's just to troll men and get free dinner.
Yeah, makes sense.
One guy worked for the railroad. This was the first date I was on. And he was saying a lot of strange shit, like.
What was he saying?
Like I live in a pretty small community. Like the county I live in has probably just over 100,000 people, and that's the county, which encompasses like 6 towns. And he was saying the town we live in is a city, and that no one wants to live in the country anymore. And he just like wants to put a woman in the country and have her do domestic labor.
I hate that.
It was like low key. Are you interested in being my captive?
Yikes. I don't like that. Twitch is making fun of me for talking about LTV on a first date. Rob, can I have your age?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay. Do you have an argument for me?
Not necessarily. I'm more curious about when you say communism, like what type of communism we're talking about specifically, and then I guess we can kind of engage with that. I can engage with that.
Yeah, I'm a Marxist Leninist.
Okay. I'm familiar with Marx. I still haven't made the full connection or like explored into Leninism and how it connects. So if I'm willing to listen
Really?
to kind of the background.
Do you know what like the Bolshevik Revolution is?
Yeah, that was in where the Soviet Union was. Yes.
What do you mean where the Soviet Union was?
I might have my geography off or whatever, but it was, I don't know if it was a part of the Soviet Union, but it had to do with, it was over there in Eastern Europe,
What
the
what
Bolshevik
was it?
Revolution. It was overturning of a state. It was some type, well, obviously it was a revolution, is the overturning of a state. I don't remember all the details. I would need some like reminders, right? I'm not like the best like history buff, but like I would, if I had some Q-ins, I would remember
Okay.
more. But
So when you come up to debate communism, are you here to talk about theory or are you here to talk about like historical contexts?
oh, both, because I'm very
Both.
strong on the theory, or I'm much stronger. I'm much stronger on the theory. But I think it's relevant to not just discuss theoretical, but like the examples we have of communism. And I'm still
You don't
kind of
know what the
parsing out
Bolshevik Revolution
the.
is.
Like I said, I might know more. I just need a reminder of some things in it. I can't fully articulate what it is right now with no extra information. No, but I'm not going to say I know nothing about it because I have read about it. I just need some reminders.
Kenzie, can
Okay.
you remind me what type of communism the Bolshevik Revolution was?
Marxist Leninism?
So like I'm trying to ask questions and y'all are like trying to
Well,
be
I mean,
assholes, basically.
this isn't like, you know, communism 101 where we're here to be your educators. Like we're debating. And
It's
so I'm
not
wondering why
communism one-on-one. I have a good idea
no
of what communism
101.
is, right? And socialist, but I'm
Okay,
still
do you want to
parsing out
divide?
the socialist versus communist states. So like you didn't have anyone else up here, and I'm just willing to talk about these things. And I do have very strong background in just Marxist socialism in general and his strands of thought. But
Oh,
like
okay, great.
I don't know why we have to be jerks
what have
about
you
it.
read of Marx?
Yeah, I've read more about like papers that condense his writings, basically, more than like just straight up reading each of his individual writings.
Fine.
But he had two strands of thought. Yeah, so he had two strands of thought. The first strand of thought was in his earlier writings, and it more had to do with claims about how relations or like power dynamics in the state are not entirely explained by class interests, right? But then in his later strands of thought, it got much more extreme and his model was much more static, which was that all of this stuff is explained by class interests. And the state only serves,
This is
the
wrong.
state is explained by class interests.
The class, yes.
In Marx's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in his second strand of thought,
One second. No, this isn't entirely correct.
what are you saying I'm wrong about?
I'm just going to explain it. So when Marx says class, he isn't talking about like just like a proletariat and like a bourgeois, whatever. When he says class, he's talking about like social relations in their entirety.
I know.
So he didn't get like, I guess, less radical or anything like that. As he got older, I would say he actually sounded more anarchist as time went on. But he wanted to abolish.
I didn't say less. I said more, though.
Okay, sorry.
I said his strands of thought, his second strand of thought later in life
So
was
what
going
are
to be
you
a
here
little bit more
specifically
extreme
to
in its
debate?
claims. So, like,
I'm just explaining that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
up here
here
to
to
talk
be
to
specific.
communists, and I'm asking you. I'm up here
I'm
talking to
just- okay,
communists.
stop.
Hold on,
I
you're
don't
asking
know
me a
what-
question.
No, hang on, please. 'Cause
Why
I
are
don't
you?
understand what's going on right now.
Why are y'all like?
The only thing I'm doing right
Why are y'all
now
like
is
this?
explaining that, like, when he talks about class, he's talking about social relations entirely, and that he wants to abolish all social relations. Are you a communist?
No, I'm not a communist.
Can you make an argument against communism then?
Yeah, so the best one I have is going to depend on the idea of a stateless, classless society. And then that's just going to be that due to growing populations and then how the nature of production of things, and because of bureaucracy. So basically, like social stratifications that arguably emerge as the most effective way to allocate our resources, there's always going to be class divisions. So like that's the purely like egalitarian, stateless, classless society type of communism. But I know that not all people that are communists believe in that. So that's what I'm trying to engage more with and figure out, like, when you say you're a communist, what exactly do you support? What do you think? Do you think the state shouldn't exist?
Marxist-Leninists believe
And I just
Marxist-Leninists believe in a vanguard party, and they believe in seizing state power in order to do the process of getting rid of class, state, and money. And this is like a process that we do in order to do that. So, but class does
Okay,
not always
cool.
exist, and class has not always existed.
Okay, so you're talking about getting rid of money and class relations and the
Yeah.
stuff. I would just say that inherently, I don't see any problem with the existence of classes. And
Explain that.
I would say, as far as money goes,
Why do you think class is good? What is class?
well, I don't think it's. I'm not
Yeah, can
claiming
you
that
define
classes
that?
are inherently good. Hold on. God damn, she asked me a question. I'm
Right,
not
she asked
claiming
you to
that class
define
is
it.
good.
Kenzie, can-
I'm not.
no,
I'm not
stop,
claiming.
stop,
I'm not
stop,
claiming.
Stop. Kenzie,
It's either you're gonna let me respond or
wait
not.
a moment, please. Wait a moment, please. Kenzie is going to interrupt, and Kenzie is going to be able to ask clarifying questions because she's co-hosting the live. Go ahead.
I just repeated what Ash.
But she wasn't clarifying anything. All she was doing
I
was
was. I
derailing
asked
me
you to
answering your
define-
question.
I asked you to define class.
Yeah, just define class. And I don't care about like the whining stuff, to be clear. I just want to move on with conversation. Go ahead
Whining
and
stuff?
Yeah,
I would just like to have a conversation. You can call it
Have
whining,
a
but I'm just
conversation.
calling out your dishonest
have a
behavior.
conversation and define class.
Okay, let's have a conversation. Let me respond to what we're saying, what I'm saying.
Please do that.
Okay, cool. So as far as class goes, that's going to be there's social divisions that are hierarchical, right? And then they're going to be divided because based on like owning the means, like owning property or owning the means of production versus not, or like having some type of like leverage in the production, or just like serving the state.
Okay. So why don't you think that class is like inherently like a negative thing?
Well, for the reasons I mentioned before, I think that you could make the case that they emerge as the best way to allocate resources in the form of bureaucracies. And bureaucracies run from necessarily hierarchical arrangements because of specialization. If you have specialization, you're going to have these different people, different actors in the production process that are not going to necessarily have equal inputs.
So
Or one could
that
have
has
a more
nothing to do
broad
with
range of
resource.
inputs.
How does that
Yes, it
allocate?
does.
How
What do
does
you
that
mean?
allocate resources effectively? You recognize under
What is
capitalism
the point of
that
production?
majority
What is
of
the point of
one second.
production?
The point of production under capitalism is profit.
right. So
It's not about allocation of resources. It's
We're not
about
talking
hoarding
about
of
capitalism
resources.
right now.
We are talking about capitalism because that's what class exists under.
I didn't mention anything about capitalism.
Then what system are you referring to when you talk about bureaucracy and class?
Okay, there's classes under socialism, right? So that like what you just said doesn't even relate. You're not even making any sense.
Okay.
You asked me to
How
define
am I
class,
not making
and then you'll
sense
ask
when
me.
I'm not
You asked
making
me why
arguments?
does
I'm just
class?
asking you questions about
Because
your
you
position.
just made the point that I'm talking about capitalism because I'm
Correct,
talking
and
about
I
classes,
asked
but
you.
classes
So
exist
when
in
you talk
systems
about
other than
socialism,
capitalism.
what country are you referring to?
What about socialism, honey?
What
I don't
country
have to
are
be
you
referring to a
referring
specific
to?
country.
I would like to know what your concept
I
of
have to be-
socialism is. So tell me what country you're referring to.
I don't have to be referring to a
Okay,
specific
hang
country.
on, hang
I
on.
don't have to.
you are supposed to be making an argument against communism, which would mean that you are making an argument for capitalism. Class is gotten rid of in socialism.
That does not follow.
Socialism gets rid of class. Class is our social relationship to the means of production. It has nothing to do with allocation of resources or specialization. This is the owner versus non-owner status.
Actually, it does. In a socialist state, society, the state owns the means of production. So it absolutely does have to do with the allocation of resources. That is the stupidest claim I ever heard.
Socialism is
Yes,
not.
you just claimed. Did
Can
you not just hear
can
yourself?
Can you please stop? Please. For the love of God.
Y'all are slow.
I'm slow.
Are they slow or are they
I
slow?
mean, you're just not understanding.
Look,
You're just undereducated.
We don't care
Like you
about
don't
the
have enough
meta here.
education
Like
to
you're
talk
just
about this.
projecting because you know you
She
can't
just
swim
said
here.
socialism has nothing to do with allocation of resources.
not what
But
I
in a socialist
said.
state,
That isn't
society
what I-
owns the means of production.
We're just gonna
Production of
shut
what?
you up for a
Not what I
second.
said.
Because you're saying
Y'all
a
are
whole lot of
stupid.
nothing. Yeah, we understand that you're not smart enough to
Uh-huh.
talk about the subject. You can't
That's
even
your
define
claim.
class. Like you
I think
can't
you're
even define
projecting.
class. Okay,
I
define
defined
class.
class. What do you
No,
mean?
you didn't. No, you
No,
didn't.
I already said it. Why don't that shows you
You
weren't
very
listening? I thought you were
didn't.
listening the whole time.
You
Slowness.
very
Is
didn't.
incorrect.
Like you very
What did I
didn't.
say? What did I say? If I didn't, what did I
didn't- you
say? And
didn't
tell me how that
define
wasn't
it. You
a
didn't
definition.
define it.
Go ahead.
Because you did not define the
So I said
parameters of
nothing?
what
I
constitutes.
said nothing?
Yes, you did not define the parameters of what
Did I
constitutes
say
a
nothing?
class. Yes.
Did I say nothing?
Yes. What you said was
Okay,
equivalent to nothing.
so then you weren't listening because I gave
I
the
was
definition of
listen.
class.
What you said was equivalent to nothing.
You
So
can't even
just
tell me.
define class.
You can't
Listen,
even tell
just
me what I.
define class. Just define class.
Yes, you just showed you weren't listening.
You're just
You just showed you weren't
upset.
listening.
You can
You made
just
positive
say-
claims that
Rob,
you can't
just
even
say-
substantiate.
Rob, please just repeat what you think.
He just made
class is.
positive claims he can't substantiate.
It's she.
Okay,
but listen,
Andrew
Rob,
Wilson. Jesus.
literally this. Like, I'm talking about the thing
Yeah.
that you did not do.
Yeah, but that's your claim, right? But then you couldn't even say what I said, so you weren't listening,
You didn't
or you
say
don't know what I
anything
said.
that
You
defined
can't
the
say
parameters
if you
of
don't know what I
class.
said. You
You
can't
didn't- you
claim.
didn't-
I
listen,
defined class
I
was
know
earlier,
what
but you weren't.
said. I know what you said. You're the only one who doesn't
Okay,
know
what did
what
I
you
say?
said. You're the only one here who doesn't know what you said.
What did I say then?
Just
What did I say?
define This is just code.
What did I
This is
say?
just code.
This is a.
Tell me what I said.
This
If
is
you know
just
what
code.
I said, tell me what I said.
You can go ahead and just repeat it if you would like to.
Oh wow, is this? I know your secret, but I'm not going to tell you the secret that I know.
You said
that
You just said you know what I said, but you won't repeat it. You're so stupid.
You said that class is a social relationship that's hierarchical.
It's a secret. I get it.
Oh my God. You know what? Just go.
Thank you.
No one
Thank you,
cares.
Miss Kinsey.
We're
You were
just- we're
listening.
just gonna
Thank
be
you.
done. I mean, I
You
don't
said
feel like we're
absolutely nothing.
You actually repeated what I said.
You just
Tommy did
make-
not.
Rob, either you can just make an argument like in favor of capitalism or you can leave. I'm not gonna do this all day.
So is a class a hierarchical social relationship?
Are you gonna make an argument in favor of capitalism or are you gonna leave?
Why is that necessary to engage with what you're saying?
It's a debate.
Yeah, if I'm debating that something is the best system, then I don't have to know
show
what
me-
anyone else's position on the system is
Then
to
show
argue why
me.
it's the best system.
Then show me why you think capitalism.
So do you
is
understand
the
what a
best
debate
Yeah, so
is?
then Are you going to argue that capitalism is better than communism? Yes.
Have
or
I made the position that capitalism is the best?
What is your position?
Yes, you did.
Where did I make that position?
What is your position?
Hey, wait, Kami.
Now
Where
you're
did I
just
make
running
that
away.
statement, Kami?
You're constantly running away.
Just tell me what your position
is-
is.
It's not running away. I'm
Pathetic.
pointing out that you
This is
guys don't have
extremely-
to know anything about
just
my
need to
beliefs
tell
to
me-
have an internal critique.
You
Do you know what an internal
you
critique
can't
is?
Yeah, you
have
know what
an
internal
internal
critique is. You
critique
don't
of
know how to give an
communism.
internal
You know what
critique,
an
bro.
internal critique
Like you're not
is?
smart enough to give an internal critique.
You're not a
Do y'all know what an
communist.
internal critique is?
I'll just give you the litmus test.
Oh my God.
Go ahead
Her
and explain
response-
to
her
us.
response
Go ahead
to
and
me
explain
asking-
to us.
Wait,
Look,
I just want to point
I'm
this
asking
out.
you. I'm asking you to
Her
give the internal
response
critique.
to me
I'm
saying,
asking you.
hey,
I'm
you're a
gonna
response
ask you.
host
Shut.
to me
hey,
saying-
hey. I don't know why this fucking
Critique?
twink keeps
When I-
trying to talk over me.
When I mentioned,
Like, stop doing that
when
shit.
I mentioned internal
Like, stop doing
critique,
that shit.
you
Like,
said
cut
you're
that
not a
shit out.
Rob, are you
communist.
going to give a
listen, cut
position
that
or
You
shit
just
out.
not?
showed me. You
He's
just
just crashing out.
You just showed me-
listen.
I'm
you
ready
just
to
showed
move
me
on.
you don't know what an internal
I'm
critique
just ready
is.
to move on.
You just showed me you
Everyone
don't
here
know.
knows more than you.
Are supposed
I'm about
Host
to
doesn't
give
know what an
you.
internal critique
I'm about to
is.
give
She
you
said you're not a
something to.
communist.
I'm
the
trying to
fucking-
give you something to
That's the
internally
fucking point
critique.
of an internal critique.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
you
yeah,
ready
guys
to
are
move
stupid.
on.
You're
I'm
not.
ready. I'm ready to move on. I just don't think that we can go anywhere in that conversation. How's everybody doing today? See if we have any more opposition.
Embarrassed now.
And Ari, la da da da.
What happened?
Yes, I called him a twink because he was a twink. What do you want from it? Like, stop being a twink if you don't want to be called a twink. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're upset because I called a twink a twink? Crazy work.
You didn't, Rob. You didn't allow me to finish what I was saying. I was.
You weren't
going-
Rob, you're not smart enough to do an internal critique. You have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea the class relations within socialism. You didn't even understand like the critiques that, or not even critiques, the clarifying questions that were asked of you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't able to finish what I was saying. So I was going to say, you are not a communist. I'd like you to give an argument for capitalism. That's kind of like the point of the live, is to like debate people. We don't have any other opposition, unfortunately. If everyone could please like and share, I'd super appreciate it. Repost. Your opposition, Brayden, we're not doing the whole left arguing. Like, do you think that's what we want to do right now? Like after the last conversation?
I mean, Braden will be like 10 times smarter than that person, but yeah, I don't care about doing the left argument.
No, I don't feel like taking 4 hours out of my day to like disagree with Brayden.
Capitalist system.
All I wanted to do is ask Rob to make an argument for the quote unquote nature of production, because that's what his entire argument stemmed upon.
I noticed. I caught that too when he said nature.
And I was just like, can you make it? But he crashed out so hard. I'm doing an internal critique. No, you're not. You have
Did
no
you,
idea what you're talking
Did you
about.
hear when I asked him what the Bolshevik Revolution was?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that part.
It's he asked Ash what kind of communist we were, and she's like, we're Marxist-Leninists. And he's like, I know Marx, but I don't know Lenin, which to me is the craziest shit someone
That is
could
the most
say.
idiotic thing I think I've heard all week.
But he knows about the Bolshevik Revolution.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He wants.
I don't, you can't convince me. You can't convince me. I've never heard of Lenin, but I know about the Bolshevik Revolution. You can't convince me. There's no
Exactly.
way.
That's why I asked. That's
There's
why
no
I
way.
asked.
Right.
There's no way.
All right, Thomas, how old are you?
Hi, I am Eternal.
You are Brayden.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know if that's Braden. Braden
Who's
sounds
Braden?
a little different. That's Thomas. Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm Thomas.
How
Thomas
old are you,
Aquinas.
Thomas?
Thomas the Train?
You're Thomas, the actual Thomas Aquinas?
Yes,
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
my
Look,
birth
everyone,
year.
Sean is starstruck.
Thomism for the win, I guess.
My birth year was around 1225.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Wow,
I don't
that's
want to do the math.
Well, that wouldn't make you eternal.
Crazy work.
I'm currently in the process of being eternal.
Okay. So Thomas, who is certainly not Brayden,
Yes.
would you describe capitalism as being the negation of capital?
Could you define negation?
You really want to say yes, but you know you can't.
Capitalism is the negation of capital.
No, that's not what I said. Make your argument, Lefkoff.
Isn't it? Wait. Okay. Maybe it's not.
What's your argument?
For what?
Why are you up here, Brayden?
I'm not Braden.
Are you wearing a suit right now or no?
No.
A turtleneck?
No. Can't
Don't
you see
do
me in my
that.
profile picture?
Brayden looks good in a suit. Damn it.
I don't know who this Braden is, but I'm sure you're absolutely correct. You know, no, I'm in monk's robes.
With khakis?
Khakis are a future thing.
Is that painful?
No, khakis will most likely be worn in the clubs in the future, and that will be very common.
You know why he's saying this? You know what Brayden did? He wore a turtleneck and khakis to the club.
Ooh, that was hot. You were hot.
I did not wear that because I'm not Braden, but I'm sure Braden was perfectly comfortable and was complimented on his style.
The club is really warm.
What color was your turtleneck?
I was not wearing a turtleneck, so I
It
cannot tell
didn't
you.
match the khakis, Kenzie.
Wait,
I mean, khakis alone, like, why?
khakis and a turtleneck to the club sounds really, really sweaty.
I'm sure he was dressed to impress, let's say.
Okay, all right, all
I
right.
don't know why khakis is like. How's that scream? I'm at the club.
Perhaps he was not intending on going to the club that day, but got so drunk that it became a good idea.
No, okay. So he was
What,
just
drunk in khakis? What was
he was in
what was he
business
doing?
casual and then was like, let's hit the club.
Perchance.
Thomas, what are your thoughts on annotating Marx's works while at a frat party?
I don't believe anyone has done that. I believe if anyone would do that, it was at a local dorm party,
Okay.
to which it would be based and Christ pilled.
What if I told you I have a photo of this annotation?
Oh no.
I mean, I would think that's
No,
super
no.
hot to
I have-
annotate Marks at a frat party. Like, oh, take me, daddy.
Perhaps-
Wait.
I do have a photo of this because I have someone on the inside. Brayden's girlfriend sent it to me.
I mean, that's better than
Oh.
nudes.
Is Braden's girlfriend in a Greek letter organization as well?
I don't know.
I'm not Braden. I could not tell you, but I would say most likely not.
Oh, most likely not. Okay.
Do you want to argue with us, Thomas?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
About what?
God damn it.
This is true.
This is true. What?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm
And
saying.
I asked Thomas Aquinas, how do you feel about religious Marxism? People who
I-
use like like
in,
liberation theology.
in the wise words of Pope Francis, if we treat the Bible as a political doctrine, both I and Jesus would be communists. And I believe that is a beautiful statement.
I forgot he said that.
It's very true. It's very awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce, huh?
Indeed. A very common statement in the early 1200s.
How old is Brayden?
What, 20?
Braden?
19?
I'm not Braden. I do not know.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Ash.
I think he's 20.
Old enough to party, apparently.
Awesome sauce is so millennial coded. So
It really is.
It's turtleneck
No,
with a club coded.
he's definitely like younger Gen Z.
This is possibly true, but I am not Braden. I am Thomas Aquinas, born around 1225.
I think you
Born around.
chiming in when I was talking to Ash is very good evidence that you are in fact Brayden.
How could I be Braden? My name is Thomas
Would
Aquinas.
you mind turning on your camera for us, Thomas?
I'm currently calling in from a Nokia phone, and mine does not have camera.
Were you even alive when Nokia phones existed?
I'm Thomas Aquinas. I was always alive.
You said you were born in 1200, so you obviously weren't always alive.
It's kind of like Jesus, where I was like the eternal existing, but then I was like physically born, kind of thing.
All right.
Communists are gay. Side
Facts.
Based
That's true.
and true.
That'd be pretty based.
gay, gay, gay.
I guess you
Super
gotta
gay.
tell Rob,
Gay.
who is here, because he's definitely a twink, that he has to be a communist now.
Wait, the guest was listing off gay, 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 and super gay. Which of us is super gay?
Sean.
Kenzie.
Hmm. Yes, Descartes.
Do you know him? Do you know each other?
Yes, I know Descartes very well.
Renee, what's your age?
I'm 22.
Oh, hello, Con. So nice to have you up here as well.
That's
not
not Kant.
Ash,
It's
that is-
clearly Descartes.
That is not Khan. That is very clearly Rene Descartes.
It's true.
You guys act like I don't know your voices. What is your argument, Renee?
All white people sound alike, Ash.
What is my argument? I just
Me and
wanted
Ash do not sound alike at all.
Yes, you do.
I
Anyway,
wanted to ask my dear friend Aquinas when he became a capitalist.
I never became a capitalist. I much prefer distributism.
Okay, let's debate it.
Okay, why do you believe that knowledge begins with radical doubt and internal reason? Kant owns you.
What if God is deceiving me about everything?
And why would God do this?
Because what if God isn't actually God, but instead possessed by the devil himself?
Then he would not be God. God is ontologically not the devil.
I think
Read my
I think
5
the
ways.
left comms have done a coup of the live, is what I think is happening.
We are not left comms. We are philosophers.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
who is left communist.
I don't know why Ash keeps denying Thomas Aquinas and Rene Descartes
Thank you.
their identities. Ash,
Thank
as
you
a
so
trans woman, it seems really anti. You know what? Never mind.
So Aquinas, is it true that you are now a
Wait,
council-
Sean, you're trans?
Yeah, Trump turned me trans.
Uh-uh.
You know?
It's the woke left.
Why are you trolling?
How do
I'm
we know it's
not.
the woke left? We can't even be sure if it's the woke left or if it's actually the woke right. We have to doubt everything.
Okay.
It's the
well,
woke
this
right,
is-
actually.
Well, Descartes argued that Descartes, you believe your epistemology stems from the belief in God. You know God to be true.
I believe so.
Yes. You have read your own writings, correct? You have read your own meditations?
Yes, I have.
I feel like if you write something, you have to read it to write it.
Well, you would think that until you see liberals comment on TikTok lives.
Fair enough.
I would identify myself as a Marxist nihilist personally. What about you, Aquinas?
I believe ought I pick a left wing ideology? I believe Blanqui had it right.
Blocky?
Yes, indeed.
Did that hurt you to say that?
All hail the great state. Fuck the proletariat.
The party is God.
The party is God.
How can you be sure if it's God?
Because the party is all good, all knowing, and all loving, and these are the attributes only of a divine creator.
But is the party eternal?
Yes, it's eternal and it's invariant.
Oh,
Mr. Aquinas, we can only be sure of our
That
existence.
sounds like a
and
white
nothing
woman.
I'm being convinced.
They're gonna
Perhaps.
replace Aaron with Sean.
What were you saying, Descartes?
How can we be sure of anything else but our existence? You're making positivist claims, but I cannot measure this.
Read David Hume.
He was a fraud. Next.
He was a fraud. Clearly, you have not engaged with his works that made Immanuel Kant rethink his entire epistemological break and create the foundations of German ideology, to which you so happen to read.
Well, actually, I've changed my position. German idealism has killed 200 billion people, more than communism alone.
Communism is a product of German idealism. That is included.
I'm going to ignore you said that.
It's true. German idealism has spawned all ideologies.
Well, the only idealists are the left comms.
I would say the Maoists are more idealist, frankly.
I'm going to hold my tongue in case there is a Maoist here, so I won't speak any
Like me
further.
to invite the
Bold claim right
Maoist?
now.
Yes,
In this
get,
live, that's a
Ma-
bold
get,
claim right now.
get Mayo here.
Do you want me to just get every tendency up here and we'll just have like a cage match?
Oh God.
Unironically, that would be awesome sauce.
I don't
Free
want
for all.
that.
I don't have any opposition. Do you
True.
choose
Okay,
a
when we-
representative for each tendency and just do it to it?
We need
Perhaps.
to get at least like one.
Hey, we got
version.
Rob. We got Rob. Let the philosophers at Rob.
Would you guys like to talk to Rob, philosopher?
Yes. I would love to talk to Rob, philosopher.
Yeah, Noah, we need to center Mayo.
Yes, the white Maoists are truly the most oppressed people of society,
I'm gonna invite them.
who will represent the Trots.
Which white Maoist, the Eastern or the Western white Maoist?
Oh, Western white Maoists.
Okay,
No, Western white Maoists are the most oppressed.
those are the ones.
Northerner.
Yes.
No, I
Sis-
can find a
Winter is
host.
coming.
I'll invite
Ash, you are a Hoshite.
I can be a Hoshite, that's fine.
That's true.
Anti-revisionist ML.
Now we just need a Bordigas. Someone get JPEG.
No, the Bordigas, like there are like 3 good Bordigas on this app.
I'd rather have Isaac come.
Isaac.
wanna
Oh,
ask,
wait, yeah. I forget
What is
Isaac.
it with Maoists and being Canadian? That's like, is that like a thing that y'all have noticed at all?
Maple begins with M.
That's true.
Maple is.
I know like 4 Maoists who are like in the States. The rest of them I know are Canadian. It's like 30 of them too. It's
How
not
many
like a little
Maoists
bit.
do you know?
That's a
Oh, a
Maoist.
lot. I know a lot of Maoists.
I don't think I know 30 Maoists.
30 might be hyperbole, but it's definitely in the 20s.
I don't know 20. I think I can name you 3, maybe.
Are you talking about in person or on this app?
In Baltimore, Maoists go
Both.
hard. No pause. I work with y'all in the streets.
We need
I
a
go hard
lib.
for real.
Invite Noah.
Noah, come up.
Maybe Noah can DM his best friend Dean.
It's true.
We can have TJ represent the communizers.
Because you
Rick
don't
can
go outside.
represent the dingus.
Rick said because you don't go outside. You don't know any Maoists because you don't go outside.
That's
I don't
assuming
know.
Maoists go outside.
Maoists go outside.
Yeah, some of them.
All the British
All
and
5 of them.
European marketing.
You know, anyone who says like you don't go outside is an insult who isn't a trot, unironically is LARPing the position. Nobody goes outside
You
for
want
the
a
trots.
Trot to come? I'll invite Flack. I'll see if she can come up.
He's the most tolerable trot.
Flack is what we call
Zach.
her. No. it's
I've never met
definitely-
Flack.
She's very nice. I like her very much.
Frieden.
Oh yeah, Frieden's a Trot. Do we invite an anarchist or no? Because I'm kind of thinking no.
Invite my good friend Aquinas' other friend Sadie.
Oh, yeah, my good friend.
I'm gonna get Green in here too, if we're gonna include
God, no,
all of
please.
the niche ideologies.
I genuinely think if Green and Sadie both joined a
I really
live,
want to see them argue.
but they wouldn't argue. They would agree. They
I
would. They
think
would.
they don't like each other.
They don't.
No, not at all.
Oh,
Wait, who is it? Green and who?
Sadie.
Green and Sadie.
Oh, Sadie. No, they don't like each other, actually.
Fascinating. I feel like they'd be two peas in a pod.
You would think so, but no.
You would think so, right?
Bye, Kenzie.
Wait, where'd Kenzie go? No, I was just about to say let's find some obs.
I know. I might have to restart. I can't. There's like almost 100 people in here, and we don't have opposition.
We killed her live. I apologize.
We're all gonna drop, and then Ash is gonna find some obs.
I know.
Who are we talking about? Someone named Conifesto. Oh,
Oh, bye. Oh, bye. Where'd everybody go? What happened? Now I'm all alone. Oh, you kicked everybody. You're so funny. All right, we do need opposition. If you guys can, please repost and share. Please send it to everybody. We can do a communist cage match. I can like love you, Sean. I can make like a evening where we like pre-plan it if you want. Like I can go to each of the different lives because we're all clicked up and see who everybody wants to send. And I can like just moderate it. How many tendencies are there? We would do like ultra, left com, anti-China ML, pro-China ML, a trot. What was that, 5? We could do more than that, but oh look, an ANCAP. You were right, Sean. Can I have your age?
Yes, my name is Malay. Did you know
Hi,
that?
Brayden.
Did you know that Argentina is a moneyless society? We're basically the same.
Goodbye, Brayden.
What? Who's Braden?
Bye, Brayden. Okay, we have no opposition. Somebody on Twitch, Silver Star, said, careful, if we get enough commies in one room, something gay is going to happen. Based. Let's see. They want me to ban Brayden on Twitch. They want Brayden banned. I don't know if you guys know this, but Brayden's actually my firstborn child, so I can't ban him. Oh gosh, who is this? Who is that? Who's counsel? Who is this?
Wow.
Hi.
I mean, I've missed your live. What's been happening?
Hi, Brayden.
Yeah, hi.
What do you want to argue about?
I'm just wondering what's been happening. You know, with your live that I haven't been in.
Nothing. I've been infiltrated by left comms and dead philosophers.
Fascinating. Twitch wants Braden gone. What did I do? I just got here.
They want you banned.
For what? What'd I do?
I don't know. You did something.
I guess, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, at least try to change your voice. What voice? I'm not doing a voice.
You had Braden at 15?
I did, yeah.
It's true.
Damn.
He was born wearing a suit.
Yeah. But like one of the like baby ones that are like disproportionate and like don't look good.
I had Belle at 15.
Aw. So cute.
Some annoying doofus kept pretending to be someone else. Interesting. Like who?
Who is
Brayden, I
that?
heard you wore a turtleneck. And
I have worn
khakis.
turtlenecks. Yes, and khakis.
To the club. God, let me finish.
Oh, my
Oh,
apologies.
Sean is on Twitch.
Yes, I did wear them to the club.
What color was your turtleneck?
Navy blue.
I mean, I think that could work. Navy
Thank
blue is
you.
really the only acceptable answer.
Thank you. Bright red. No.
Hi, Shane.
Oh my God, Shay's here.
Yeah, what color were your shoes? What kind of shoes were you wearing?
I was wearing navy blue shoes.
Oh,
White and navy
good
blue.
matching.
Yes.
White and navy blue.
Yes. With a brown belt.
Oh, hi, Fiona. Person I definitely don't know. How old
Oh,
are you?
hello, Ash. I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's old.
Yeah. Super old. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick you, Brayden.
That's like, I mean, that's like pushing 70. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that dresses like a 70-year-old on the panel.
Oh my God, I was gonna tell you.
Hmm.
Remember when you were like, "Oh, I assume that Day Day smokes cloves."
Yeah, sorry.
Guess what I went and bought?
Was it cloves?
Yeah, I got clove cigarettes.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I got clove cigarettes. Well,
Did you have a
okay.
headache?
No.
I
No.
cannot.
So you
Um,
haven't smoked them yet?
no, I did.
Oh.
So okay, and then so they're called clove cigars now
Mm.
because they're not supposed to be like selling like flavored cigarettes. So now they're just rebranded into cigars, but I mean they're still clove cigarettes.
We don't even get flavored cigars here.
Really?
Thing. Mm-mm.
Hey, I don't like, because there's a lot of flavored vapes here.
We get well, okay, so flavored cigarettes are allowed, or flavored vapes and stuff are allowed everywhere in Colorado except for Denver, like the city of Denver. Oh, and also Jojo would like to come up.
I think I'm probably going to do restart, if I'm being honest, because we've only had one person that was opposition request the whole time, and I've been on here for almost an hour. No, actually an hour and 2 minutes, which is unusual.
Okay. I just told her to come
Okay,
back.
bye.
Bye, Kenzie. Bye, Day Day. Bye, everybody. I'll tell you what, I will schedule a night and I will advertise it and everything, and we will call it the Communist Cage Match. However, we're going to have to like do mutual aid or something, because I'm not just going to do it for like no reason. So we'll have to think of some sort of something that we want to like bring money to and to like support. So I will contact.
Dictatorship and Democracy in the Soviet Union by Anna Louise Strong.
Goblin, how you doing?
Revisiting America after a 3 years absence and lecturing on my 12 years in the Soviet Union, I was struck by a significant increase in would-be intelligent questions about dictatorship in government. How can 3 million communists rule 160 million people? Is the simplest form the question takes. It may be accompanied by envious wonder at communist cleverness or by a sophisticated fling at Stalin, just another Hitler. It may show the superiority of the intellectual climber, aware that dictatorships are the mode today. Oftenest, it implies some aloofness of America, not to be caught in the nets of Europe. Those backward Russians, those quarrelsome Europeans may need dictatorships, but we will make our changes democratically. Dictatorship versus democracy is a universal subject of lectures, debates, editorials, magazine articles in the United States. It has even become a question of practical politics, and Americans are discussing politics as they have not done for years. The rise of Hitler, the growth of other fascist dictatorships, full-fledged or implicit, the appearance of a strongman policy in Washington, loyally cheered by those folk who most use the Democratic slogan. All this has brought the problem to the fore. The usual lecture on this theme puts on the one side Stalin, Hitler, Mussolini, all dictators to be contrasted with democracy, actual or hoped for. It seeks to raise the flattering antithesis of dictatorship with democracy, to avoid the truer and more annoying contrast of the Soviet Union with the capitalist world. When I hear these lectures and debates on dictatorship and democracy, I sense deep misunderstanding of the facts. For though the USSR is by definition a dictatorship, it is not what these lecturers imply by the term. It is marked by far wider participation of masses in the daily tasks of governing, by a far more flexible inclusion of millions of individual wills than either the parliamentary forms derived from last century or the more medieval rule to which Hitler makes return. I think of millions of ordinary folk giving time to the job of governing on housing commissions, taxing commissions, social insurance commissions, investigating commissions. Planning starts on winter evenings in the snowbound rural village, or after working hours in sessions of foundry hands and forge men. I think of the hundreds of new ideas in government that bring in a Ukrainian township or a Ural steel mill, or a Central Asia cotton gin, and that sweep the country through mass acceptance to universal adoption. I remember hundreds of men and women in government office, factory manager, inspector, or judge, rising steadily from the masses through years of voluntary government work in which millions take part, and always keeping touch with some farm or factory through which they interpret and lead the will of the mass. I think of the proud words of a small official in Molvatino Township. Why should we ask Kostroma, capital of the province? Haven't we a Soviet power of our own? And the testimony they bear to local initiative and rule. I shall therefore content myself with concrete reporting on items of daily life in the Soviet Union, which show how our life here is governed. To know such facts is of vital importance in judging methods of government today. The drive on the kulaks. Let us seize the sharpest horns of the bull at once, that exiling in recent years of perhaps 1 million kulaks, the better-to-do peasants who exploited higher labor, from their rural homes in European Russia and Ukraine to Siberia and the northern woods. Here is an action which caused an America-wide comment. What was the process? How was it carried on? The usual assumption outside the Soviet Union is that this exiling occurred through drastic action by a mystically omnipotent GPU. The actual process was quite different. It was done by village meetings of poor peasants and farmhands, which enlisted those kulaks who impede the collective farm by force and violence, and asked the government to deport them. In the hot days of 1930, I attended several of these meetings. They were harsh, ruthless discussions analyzing one by one the quote-unquote best families, which had grabbed the best lands, exploited labor by owning the tools of production, as best families normally and historically do, and who were now fighting the rise of the collective farms by arson, cattle killing, and murder. Meetings of
You pay too much on your taxes.
Put that on my family. Oakland City represent, address me as your majesty. Hi, can I have your
Hello.
age?
Huh?
Can I have your age?
Oh, my age? About to be 29 soon.
All right. Are you against communism?
No, I'm for communism, 100%.
I'm gonna drop you down. I'm
I'm
looking
just
for
curious about
opposition.
your. Sorry?
I'm looking for opposition.
Oh, well, we do have oppositions within communists, right? Oh, you don't want that.
What type
You
of
don't want the
communist are you?
I mean, I'm still defining it. I am still reading it. So, like, in honesty, I could say I'm a student of communism, but can you be a communist if you don't understand capital? Like, I understand all the books, but I don't understand capital.
I'm gonna drop you down. Have a good one.
Oh, okay.
We're looking for opposition. If you oppose us, come up. No, radical. On the block, I'm magical. Sorry, Lumpy. I got this one place, serving all the fiends over there by the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm colder than the fridge and the freezer. Get to Z's if you can, please. Hi, Cash. We have no opposition today. It's so weird. Send it, fuck it. Send it to Chaunch. Like Madonna, but I'm flossing like I wanna. Chomp, you know I keep that work in my trunk. 3D nasty, till my throat is raspy. We're looking for opposition. No, I'm not ACP. Hi, you missed it. You missed what happened. Okay, wait, this is the wrong tab. Okay, here's what we're doing. I'm not ACP. What happened is that I was saying that kid is ACP because I was joking. Now it's a vicious rumor. No, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. There's Isaac. Isaac, you missed it. You're late. Everybody's late. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to schedule a night and I'm going to invite one person from each communist tendency. Thank you, Cash. You're so nice. I'm going to invite a communist from each one of the different tendencies, and we're going to have a communist cage match. I'm not joking. We're just gonna get it done and be over with. I'll find something that we want to donate to. We will do it for some sort of like charity or something like that. So I am going to ask each one of the different like friend groups, like who they want to send, and I will moderate it. So I'm gonna get somebody that's like pro-China. I'm gonna get an ML that's anti-China. I'm gonna get a Maoist, a communizer, a different kind of left com. So we'll do something like that. I think it'll be good. So, and then if you guys can think of like a tendency that I'm like missing, who's the strongest ML? That's a good question. We're gonna have to choose who we want to put up. Do we have opposition yet? We do not. Madeline Pendleton. I can see if Madeline wants to come. We can see if Madeline wants to. Sean, yeah. What's the debate gonna be about? It's a cage match, Rick. We're having a cage match. We're just gonna get it out. We're gonna be done. Yeah, Madeline Pendleton, Sean, or Cutie. I agree with those options. I think that those are our three strongest MLs. Cutie would have to be on the anti-China ML side, though. Yeah, I'm the referee. I will be as unbiased as possible. I think it makes sense for me to be the referee in this situation just because I feel like I have a good grasp of all the different tendencies. Spontax is not coming. We are not having Spontax. That's not happening. He's too annoying and long-winded. Marxist humanist mutual? Sure, we can. You would surrender? I would surrender so that I would have to hear him stop talking. Isaac, we already like decided that like you're gonna be up there as like the Bordigist. Like we've already decided that you're coming up. Fanon fan is a good pick as well. I don't know what his tendency is. I think it would be really good. I think it would be very good. To just do it, you know? Because we're always all arguing with each other. We may as well. Maybe like I will at some point just like throw Chaunch in there for fun. And then everyone can just argue with Chaunch. Dean is not invited. No, we're not gonna have a liberal come up. There's no possible way a liberal can like keep up with any of this. Chaunch is a liberal, but yeah. Yeah, like if it gets like too heated, like I'll throw Chaunch in there and everyone will like unite briefly. A Posadas and then a Vakian. I mean, if you can find me one of them, then sure. We have 8 spots for the panel. How many tendencies do we have? Do you guys want an anarchist to come? Because I kind of don't. Well, I was going to invite Flack to be the trot. Insurrectionary anarchist. Is there a date pick? No, because we literally just made this up like 10 minutes ago. We decided this. Spidey? No, I'm not. Spidey's not coming up. Okay, I do not have opposition today. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. How many communists are there? That's as many tendencies. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know that we need a mutualist. Yeah, I don't know. So 2, 3, 5. I'm up to 6. So it'd be 6 spots. A young Hegelian. I mean, a Chaz Chop anarchist. Do you guys want to invite the Chaos Collective? Do you guys want Green to come? We can invite Green. And we'll organize it like a real debate. Like a for real one. Maybe I'll ask Jeff if he wants to help moderate it. Green is problematic. Green is very problematic. All right, well, I don't have any traffic and I don't know what to do now. I have no idea. I think Jeff would be like the perfect choice for a moderator. I will message him and see if he wants to join us. I think this will be fun. Collective versus Chaos Collective already happened. That already happened. A Titoist. Oh, okay. Yeah, a Titoist, sure. Okay, friends. Yeah, Salted is a good choice. I don't know how we're gonna decide like who wins this debate though. It might have to be like the audience can decide or something. And then we have to figure out like where we want to donate to. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart again because there's like, I don't have no opposition at all. I don't think that green would come. I was really joking. Donations reaffirm proletarian identity. True. Well, this is awkward. Do I need to take like a field trip? Do I need to go find someone else's live? Let's let up collective real quick. I see a couple of requests. I love you guys. I am looking for opposition though.
Yeah, I'm just coming up to say, do you have any other backgrounds handy? Do you want to try a different background maybe?
Yeah, I can try a different background.
Why don't you do that and see if you get anyone on this in the next few minutes, and then
Okay.
go
I'll be right
with
back.
that.
That's a good idea. Bye.
All right, so you're gonna go down and come right back.
I'll be right back.
Kangaroo Jack, what would you like to talk about? And it better
Development should be deported from conflict. I was reminded of it again in the San Joaquin Valley of California by the cotton pickers.
As I searched Soviet anthem and like I popped up on YouTube. There's just no opposition. I don't know what's going on. We only had one. It's very odd. Thank you, Lumpy. Here we go. All right, Ronan, how old are you?
35.
35. What's your argument?
Wait, are you pro-capitalism or like anti-capitalism?
Anti-capitalism.
Oh, me too then.
Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Thanks for coming up. Well. We are out of ops. Should we go on a field trip, I wonder? Like, what should we do? Should we battle people? Hi, can I have your age? Nope. You're anti-communist? Then come up. Just come on up. Offer me an argument.
You.
We're gonna do an infighting live, but it's not gonna be today. I don't have very long either. Oh shit, I do have a long time left. I have like 2 hours left. I was thinking I was on my old schedule. I have hella long. Oh my God. That's wild. All right, let's see what they want to say. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Can I have your age?
My age?
Yeah, how old are you?
30.
Okay, what's your argument?
It depends what you consider communism. I know you're going to say most that call themselves communists are not real communists. Like, let's say.
I would not say that. I don't think that you should assume my positions because I would never say that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that most do say that. Like when you talk about Fidel Castro and Che Guevara to a lot of pro-communists.
No, I like Che Guevara. I have a Che Guevara tattoo, actually.
Yeah, well, did you know he was a big racist?
He was in his earlier years, and then he went on to fight for liberation for all people around the world and deconstruct. I think he's a very good example of someone who was able to change their views in the world.
Bush, I know people that knew him personally. First of all, he was a foreigner that went to execute people without a trial.
You did not know people that knew Che Guevara.
Yes, of course.
No, you didn't.
I wouldn't lie to you.
You're 30.
Yes, and What does that have to do with it?
You don't know anyone who knew Che Guevara. Like, please.
How could you don't think I have grandparents?
I don't care about your grandparents knew Che Guevara.
Of course, they ate at the
No, they
Hilton.
didn't. They didn't know him. Like, please, I don't care.
Well,
Make your argument for capitalism.
he was definitely a racist. He said black people stunk and they were drunks. He wrote it in his own diary. So I laughed.
That was before he was a communist. He went to fight for liberation all over the world. Can you please, I absolutely condemn anything that he said, but I want you to make an argument for capitalism.
You people today are bashing Argentines because you say Argentines are racist. He was the most racist Argentine ever.
Can you make an argument for capitalism?
Well, I'm not saying capitalism is the perfect system either. No system is perfect, but it's a lot better than communism.
Make the argument. Like, what is hard about this? Make your argument.
Capitalism is definitely better than communism. You have free will. You can better yourself under capitalism. You're not a slave. In communism, you're a slave.
There are people who are enslaved in capitalism right now. Like right at this moment.
But they can
People
get out,
are enslaved because of capitalism.
but not as bad as in a communist country.
Nobody's enslaved in communism.
No communist country has ever been successful. Look at what happened.
We're all successful.
Do you think Venezuela is successful?
Venezuela was never communist.
What's that?
Venezuela was not communist.
Venezuela is run by Cuba, if you didn't know.
Can you make an argument like in favor of capitalism?
See that you're not very well informed. Cuba runs Venezuela. The G2, which is Cuba's intelligence, like the CIA is for the United States, they're the ones that run Venezuela. What do you think we cut them off? They're starving now when we cut off their free gas they were getting from Venezuela. Maduro was imprisoned by Cubans. What do you think?
Can you just make an argument for capitalism? Like, are you able to do that?
Capitalism offers you opportunities. You have free will. You have the liberty to become greater in capitalism. You're not enslaved. You're not captive.
You just agreed with me 2 minutes ago that there are people who are enslaved in capitalism. Yeah,
that like being enslaved too. That's,
You're done. You're done. You're done. He just said people like being enslaved. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I have your age?
19?
Do you have an argument?
I would just say that capitalism is better at allocating resources using like a decentralized system. And I guess my only really big critique of more centralized, like central planning and stuff is like the economic calculation problem.
Tell me about the economic calculation problem.
So basically like the way that a free market like allocates resources is based on price inputs from like people. Like let's say like for someone to, like a supplier to know to supply me something, I need to buy it from them, right?
Tell me about the economic calculation problem. Tell me about it.
Oh, I was trying to explain to you like how that's related to it. It's that like under central planning, you don't have the central government doesn't have price signals.
You're not even explaining it well. Can you just tell me what it is?
So the economic calculation problem is that governments cannot calculate what people want because they don't have price signals from markets.
It's not, so that's not what ECP is. It's not like, oh, you don't know what someone wants because price signals. That's not the argument.
But that's the economic calculation problem.
That's not even the argument for ECP. If you were going to make an argument in favor of ECP is what you would say. I'm going to make your argument for you. You ready?
Okay.
You would say that all value is subjective, right? Because you believe in subjective theory of value. and you would say that in order to calculate the necessary production of commodities or resources or whatever it is, and able to determine like what it is that is necessary to produce, that you must have price signals. And then you would go on to say that communism cannot work because we want to get rid of exchange value. That's the argument you would make. Does that
Okay,
sound right?
but yes.
Okay, do my side now. Make
What would
my
you?
argument.
What I would say on your side that, do you know what the Walmart Republic?
Yeah, I know about Walmart.
And then I would say that, well, they only get price signals because they work in larger markets.
That wouldn't be the argument I would make, no.
No, that's the argument that I would make.
No, you're
As-
supposed to make my side. We're switching.
Oh well, I gave you your argument that about firms already like really like big corporations already pretty much centrally planned, like top down, like Walmart or
Yeah.
Amazon.
But
And then
you
I was
have
going back to
to-
myself.
No, my side would be why saying you don't need price signals to like produce things.
Yes.
So make the argument.
I mean, you could I mean, it's been experimented with before, doing non-price signal planning, like in the USSR, where they just owned everything and they just produce.
They still had price signals
In what kind of like
in the
markets?
USSR. They didn't
But-
have a fully socialist mode of production.
But they had really bad shortages and just incentives from people.
What type of shortages? Can you name one?
Food shortages, energy shortages. Later on, initially it was working because they were just able to industrialize everybody, like get everyone
Food
enough food.
shortage?
Huh?
When was the food shortage?
It was later on in the USSR history. I know. Can I search it up real quick?
Yeah, you can search it. You have it backwards. Hi, everyone. Please like and share. Hi, BX. Yeah. I would super appreciate if people who are going to make the ECP argument, if you guys would like be able to tell me the argument for it. Because I think that the component that's missing a lot of times when I hear like the ECP argument is production is not brought up. It's generally like only like the price signaling. It's like a pretty important part. You can come up if you want, BX.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, you can't hear me when I leave the TikTok.
No, I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna try and memorize all the dates that I. So I see Civil War, collectivization era, and World War II.
Okay, is that later on in their history or at the beginning?
And then I see 1960s to 1970s.
1960s and 70s? I don't think that's accurate.
1980s under
I actually don't think that's accurate at all.
perestroika. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Perestroika. No. So the food shortages would have been like during the part of the 20s, part of the 30s, and obviously part of like World War II.
It says that there's economic stagflation in the later times. Maybe not shortages, but
Well, I mean, like what year? Would that be like the 80s?
it says 89 to 90.
Okay, so 89 to 90. So like the late 80s to early 90s, they were experiencing a capitalist shock doctrine.
Uh-huh.
So that inflation that you're talking about is a direct result of capitalism. So that would go against your argument.
But isn't that just like any modern nation, capitalist or socialist, would face outside competition?
No, this isn't like outside competition. This is like the USSR was illegally dissolved and like interfered with.
Interfered with.
Mhm.
I mean, I agree. That's like a political argument. I'm just saying, like, from the economic standpoint.
Politics aren't separate from economics.
No, I agree. I think that the U.S. probably shouldn't have done a lot of things it did Cold War.
Okay.
But
so what I need from you is to show me that price signals are necessary for production.
I mean, across every free market we have, I mean, even in social democracies, they still rely on free markets. I mean, even China right now.
Necessary though.
I mean, I don't think there's an argument showing where it's not necessary. I mean, we've had it through all of human history.
The argument that you have to make is you have to show me that it's necessary for production.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say it's necessary. I mean, you can essentially.
Then you're conceding the argument.
I mean, I'm not really conceding. I mean, it just works a lot. It's been working since like before capitalism. I mean, you still had markets and price signals. And even countries
you didn't have profit.
And not only that, you also said the USSR did have prices and they did use price signals.
Yeah, sure.
And that's
in some instances, sure.
And so that's
what they were doing though is that they were getting rid of capitalism. But my counter argument to you is that price signals are not necessary in order to know what we need to produce for society. And I believe.
So when has that happened? If even the USSR didn't do that.
And I believe. You interrupted me, and I can't remember what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Gosh, darn it.
Well, I was going to ask you if you don't think that.
I don't think that like the decentralization of like production, like the anarchy of production in capitalism, I think is less efficient than a planned economy in communism.
You don't think it's less efficient than a planned economy? A decentralized?
Yeah, I think that the way production is done in capitalism is less efficient than in communism.
Why do you say that?
Because it is so decentralized and because it is based on profit. And it is not based on what is actually necessary for the people. So, like, I don't think that, like, I don't know, fidget spinners, like being able to produce like a lot of fidget spinners.
Well, I think it was like a pretty. I mean, when fidget spinners came out, I was a kid in elementary, and I loved them. I bought a bunch of them. Huh?
Okay.
And so that means that they had price signals from people who wanted them, and I was one of the people who wanted them. And so, because they got that, they kept producing.
Do we use like price signaling for food?
Yeah, like if you like food, like a certain type of food, like eggs and bread, they have constant price signals coming in. But if like some crazy candy or something, like if people want that, then they're going to keep producing it, even if it seems abnormal.
Would you say that there's an equitable distribution of food in a capitalist market?
I mean, food is one of the things that is less unequitable. I mean, compared to like something like healthcare, which is more. Food still exists in like hyper competitive markets. Like it's not like corporations like hella own it, like healthcare.
Why is competition beneficial for the distribution of food?
Because if you have the more and more firms you have competing against each other, the less market power each one has, and so like the price gets closer to the social equilibrium that you want it to be.
There's like 5 companies like total, like in the United States that like own everything. So I don't think that your argument is valid. But I'm asking you like if price signaling is a better way to like produce things like food, then like why do we have like food shortages?
In the US?
Yeah.
When do we have food shortages? Like when you literally can't buy food?
We had food shortages in 2020, and then also
COVID era.
As it currently stands, 20% of all households are food insecure.
Okay, like today in the U.S.
Today, yeah.
I think that's just a market failure. To be honest, you can easily fix that.
What caused that failure?
Huh?
Yeah, the baby formula shortage too. What caused that failure?
I would say market power, probably. That's the main one.
Can you like actually explain it to me? Because you're just saying like, oh, it's a market failure, but I don't know what
So
you mean.
in economics, the market failure is something that would make the market not produce the socially optimal price and quantity of a good. Something like market power, which is when one firm is like dominating, and so they can influence the price and the quantity that they're selling more than other firms can.
Okay, so the price that it's being set at by one of these firms, you're saying is contributing to food shortages?
100%. Because that's like the main
concession.
How?
You conceded the entire.
No. That's I'm just telling you the mainstream economic argument. Like that's like I'm not going to argue for libertarianism. That's like outdated.
Yeah, but this is the second time you've conceded, like in this conversation.
But you told me that a society, you want me to make the argument that a society doesn't need prices, but we've never seen a society that even tried, like you said, the USSR even still use prices.
No, that was a while ago. I'm asking you, like, if price signaling is like how we know what we should produce and like how much of it, like why there are food shortages. And you just told me it's because like the firm setting the price caused a market failure. Like you just went against your argument.
No, that's a mainstream economics. Mainstream economics isn't like pro 100% free market. It says that you need to have government policies.
It is free market. We're talking specifically about price signaling and equitable distribution of resources. That's what
a 100% free market does not produce the.
I'm not saying that there is a free market. I don't believe in free markets.
Okay, well then we have to agree to disagree because I think that there are, like, what do you mean you don't believe they should exist?
I don't think one has ever existed.
Okay, well, to what extent? Like, how free could a market be?
A totally deregulated market has never existed.
No, I agree with that. But there's been extents to how deregulated a market is. Like when capitalism was first a thing, like
it's like a pivot though. So like
it's not a pivot.
It is a pivot because like you already conceded, and I just want you to like admit that you conceded.
I'm telling you, I'm not conceding what? The argument that a free market distributes good? No, not about price signals.
You just agreed with me.
I mean,
price signals
what I'm telling you is
for the food industry.
What I'm telling you on price signals is that you were originally trying to tell me like you need to prove that it's necessary for for society.
And then you said it wasn't.
No, I said that there's been times where it's been attempted, but
earlier
okay.
You told me that you didn't think it was necessary.
When? I say it wasn't necessary.
Like 10 minutes ago.
I've been arguing that for the whole time.
No, 10 minutes ago, you literally said that you didn't think it was necessary.
No, 100%.
You can like take it back if you want, but
I don't think I said
told
that.
me.
I take it back.
That is, like, you could scroll back in chat and
okay. But I have a question. Can you prove to me where a society has succeeded without using any price signals?
Capitalist price signaling? Yeah.
Most
of human history, we did not rely on like price signaling.
So do you not believe in Soviet style centric planning or not? Or
do I believe in Soviet style central planning? I mean, I believe in central planning. Hi, Brayden. Are you so happy?
Hi. I've been clawing my eyes out.
I can get off the live now if you want to have someone else on.
No, stay.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Well, what do you think, Brayden? I heard a concession pretty clearly.
I heard like 4.
Yeah.
It's because mainstream economics doesn't argue for free markets. It argues for government intertwined with free markets.
ECP. We're not having an argument about free markets. We're having an argument about ECP.
You asked me about why why you said I conceded on something, and I told you why that's not a concession from economics.
You did concede. If you're
if I was a libertarian, then yes.
If your argument is based on ECP, and then I ask you like why we have food shortages, and you tell me that it's a market failure caused by price signals, you conceded.
It was not. I did not say it was caused by price signals. No.
What did he say?
I said it was caused by market power. I specifically said market power.
You said it had to do with firms setting prices. That's what you told me.
The firm set a price above what it should be because they have more power.
Right.
And then that's why I said in mainstream economics, there's a government with antitrust laws to make sure that they can't do that.
Are you a Keynesian?
I'm like a post-Keynesian. That's not even Keynesian though. That's like mainstream. Like if you go to like an econ classroom, they're gonna tell you that on day one.
Well, yes. I'm just wondering because you've brought up like arguments from the Austrian school. You've brought up like obviously social democracies. I'm just very confused on your position.
My position is like pragmatic. It's not. I'm not like caught up in like capitalist dogma. Like I'm like very pragmatic, and there's definitely times when free markets have failed, when governments fail to do their job. Then I just think that there's.
What causes those failures? What causes these markets to fail?
Well, if the government doesn't have like pre-policies in the market to make sure no one firm can like completely destroy the others, then one firm's gonna get all the power and it's gonna dominate the market. And honestly, I think that the best example we have with the outcomes of life and well-being are like the best in the world right now are the social democracies of the Nordics, which is exactly what Al is describing, which is the market and the government are intertwined and counterbalance each other.
Yikes.
Yes.
See what Brandy said?
What'd Brandy say?
Diego.
Wait, hang on. Diego, you called me a wine wife?
When did I say that?
Oh my god, did you get caught right now? Oh my god.
In the chat?
Yeah, you were talking
No.
to me.
Well, no. Definitely
How
not.
you I'm a wine wife? I don't even like drink.
I am 100% respectful debater. I would never insult anyone personally.
Why would Brandy say that?
Brandy? I don't know who Brandy is.
They said you're talking shit. I mean, if you want to say something, you just say it now.
Are you being satire right now? I don't know.
No, someone literally is telling me that you were on live last night talking shit. Just
Live
say it
last
to my-
night?
Just say it
No.
to my face.
I did not, I promise. I have not been on any, I was not on any live last night. I was nothing on this live last night.
Modelo? I mean, I don't know. I didn't drink for, God, what, 7, 8 years? Yeah, I'm not a wine wife. I'm also not married. So
You wanna
you got me all wrong.
Sorry, I was talking about how the best outcomes we have today are in social democracies where the government has a firm grasp on the free market.
They don't have a firm grasp on it. You don't understand these terms. Do you understand like the law of value and how capital circulates society and a continuous process of the valorization of labor?
Explain it to me.
Okay, yeah. So you're just not equipped. So in capitalist societies, the law of value dictates the exchange. It is a social relation that is equivocated by money, right? Money is what equivocates to commodities in the value of which they are exchanged. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So the logic of capitalist society, regardless of social democracy or otherwise, is that these firms will forever view the necessity of continuous exploitation of the worker for the purpose of generating profit, and this profit comes through the continual expansion of capital, which is you could think about it as like money in circulation, right? So because of this law, and because of how like it is necessary for firms to always seek to expropriate labor for the purpose of expanding capital, there will always be an increase of exploitation of what is known as like the worker, right? The relation of the productive power, right? This exploitation for the purpose of the continual expansion of capital will always occur. And because of this, we will always see internal contradiction in the anarchy of production. And one of the biggest things is that in the workplace, we see very strict, very coordinated efforts for production. However, overall in society, we see this anarchy. And this anarchy is caused by how you cannot control capital. Capital is it is a force put upon society, is a dominant social relation.
Well, my question would be then how do the social democracies survive while being very business friendly and having very free markets?
What do you mean? How do they survive?
Like, why is their society so good despite having
mean
free
so
markets?
Well, your
Like they rank highest.
Your argument a second ago was that you liked the social democracies because the state was like in control of the market, and now you're saying that they're
No, I mean, no. I'm not saying that they are in control, as in they have like antitrust laws to ensure there's no like huge like market power. But what I'm saying is that they have the highest health outcomes out of any country, including the U.S., including China.
These are irrelevant. This making me an argument to a liberal economist, bro. Isaac, hater. No, these like I would argue like superfluous things when it comes to understanding economy is overall irrelevant, because what you're talking about is reforms that allow for the society to maintain itself, not for the benefit of the people. It's not like an egalitarian, like, oh, we want you to just have a better life. There is a purpose behind it, and these reforms are for the purpose of maintaining the social relation that would otherwise collapse, since the natural logic of capitalism leads to the exploitation and the suffering of workers, which necessitates its negation. So yes.
They have very strict worker laws, and with the biggest unions.
And what do you think the purpose of that is?
Biggest
Is to
unions in the
continue this exploitation.
But they're not really, I mean, exploited. I mean, what do you mean by exploited? Just like any kind of labor?
I mean the siphoning of surplus value. When workers produce a commodity, they are unable to purchase with their wages that which they produce.
No, I agree with that. And
okay, great.
But what I'm saying is that in the Nordic countries, they have unions to ensure that they don't underpay their laborers.
Why do they need unions?
Because firms and government are both centralized forces of power, and unions are a centralized form of power for workers.
No, I mean, I'm asking like why, if capitalism is like so successful, and
I'm not
and they have like such control over the market and things like that. Why do they need to have like social programs and unions? Why is that? You can unmute now.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened.
You spoke over me. You've been talking over me like multiple times.
I'm going to argue it from a mainstream kind of post-Keynesian economics argument. I'm not libertarian at all. I would say that the government has successfully decommodified essential goods like healthcare and energy and transit by, taxing people and corporations and then providing that in very well-run social programs.
You aren't answering the question, and they have not decommodified all of their essential goods. I would like if you could answer the question.
What's the question?
I asked you why they need to have social programs and unions if it is so successful. Like, what is the purpose of that?
That's the whole thing, is that they have really hyper capitalist private sector to create a bunch of growth, and then they have those firms. They tax the firms with corporate taxes, and then they have income taxes and stuff like that. And they also have super high wages on everybody, so it's possible because of the unions.
You're not. You didn't answer the question. I said, why is it necessary to have unions and social programs?
Because inherently in mainstream economics, when market failures exist, they are the worst when it comes to necessities like healthcare or food.
Okay, so it's because they experience market failures.
Yes, that is the mainstream.
Can I ask you, is that something that you think exists in communism? Like, do you think that we would be need to have all of these things to protect us from the market?
I would think that you want to abolish the capitalists and the bourgeoisie and stuff like that completely.
Okay, so I mean, it's like a yes or a no. Like, would that be a threat in communism?
What do you mean, like free markets?
Brayden,
or
am I not being clear? I feel like maybe I'm not being clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay, because sometimes I can't tell. Like, sometimes people respond to me confused, so I assume that I'm being confusing. I'm asking you if these market failures would be a threat in communism?
In like a stateless, classless, moneyless society?
If I'm just need you to just answer.
Well, are you using like communism, like the Marxist like theory of it, or like you mean central
the
planning?
abolition. Like, let's say that we have now centralized all production, in one way or another, and we've gotten rid of capitalism. Are we still at risk of these market failures?
Then there's another thing in mainstream economics, which is called
I'm
government
just looking
failures.
for like a yes or a no.
No, there literally would not be any market failures. But can I follow up on that?
What was your answer?
That there literally would be no market failures because there's no market.
Oh, okay. So if you're saying there would be no risk of market failures
Yes.
in a communist economy, don't tell me, Braden, for saying that. I don't care. I'm going to say it however I have to. But you are telling me that this does exist as a threat in capitalist countries. Like, you're just again conceding the point.
What I want to follow up on my point, because you're only taking one picture out of what mainstream economics has come to say now about capitalism. And which I'm trying to like not even argue with you, but just to help you understand.
I understand just fine. I just want you to like make your argument.
If there's no market, right, then you have no market failures. But there's another thing in economics, which is government failures, where the government fails just the same way as the market when it has complete and total power over it.
Who has power over production in communism?
In stateless, classless, moneyless society?
Yeah.
The people, I guess.
Oh, okay, great.
But what I'm saying is that we've never seen the transition state successfully get there.
It just doesn't matter because the point that you're supposed to be making is that we won't know what to produce in communism because we don't have like price signals, and all you have done is like reinforce our argument. Like everything that you have said has been like in favor of like our position.
I don't understand how. I mean, I'm explaining to you how a society has managed to, use capitalism. I'm trying to explain market failures and government failures, that they both exist in economics.
I just asked you if those market failures would exist in communism, and you said no.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Let's say it's perfect society. Let's say it's a perfect society.
Earlier, I asked you, I said, are price signals necessary? And you said no. And then there was something else that you conceded on too. I don't remember what it was, but there was like another one. There's like a third one.
I said that price signals are not necessary, as in it's been tried before to not have price signals.
Yeah, much of human history was like without price signals. Like, this is not
without price signals.
Yeah.
When?
Like prior to capitalism,
like right before like the Industrial Revolution and stuff.
We didn't have like capitalist price signals. Like,
well, that's a different thing. That's a different capitalist price signals is different from price signals in general.
I mean, how old is currency?
Currency's been a thing for a long time. I mean, China had that back in like
the entirety of human history.
Not the entirety, but it wasn't like we just invented currency.
So it hasn't always been necessary.
But it was a great thing for us for China when they invented currency for the society.
Sean, he wasn't totally sure on what ECP was. I had to explain it, but you can jump in if you want.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to Sean.
Yeah, he's just saying, but he's doing ECP, right?
He's doing it, but he's like conceded like every point.
I have not conceded every point.
You're
saying I have. It's because it's like, can I, one moment for...
Well, no, hang on, Diego. You can just have like a brand new conversation with Sean and like I'll just stay muted and like counsel can stay muted. Just just redo your argument.
Okay.
With Sean.
What I want to say before I like start continuing is that a lot of like people that defend capitalism like with their heart and soul are all libertarians, and I've heard tons of libertarian arguments for capitalism.
We know you're not a libertarian. You told us like 10 times.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you're saying I'm conceding points, but that's not. I'm not conceding them as a mainstream economist.
It doesn't matter how you're conceding them. You conceded those points.
Under a libertarian framework,
let's
I
do
would be
this.
conceding. Okay.
Okay. Just pretend we never had a conversation, and just give an argument to Sean.
Okay. About what? Like everything?
About ECP. That's what you wanted to talk about.
So the economic calculation problem basically says that if like a centralized power has complete control over a market, then it will fail to allocate the resources efficiently because it doesn't get price signals from people within the market.
Okay, I know what ECP says. I want you to make your argument.
I would say that it's been proven because we've used price signals ever since currency was invented. And as she stated, the USSR even still used price signals.
That's it? That's your whole argument?
I mean, to start off the debate, we can like lead off of that.
Well, is that your whole argument, though?
No. I mean, what do you mean?
Let's hear the whole thing. I want to hear the whole argument.
Well, that's the whole argument for ECP in that little sentence. There's nothing more to go off of.
Okay, prove ECP exists.
Okay. I'd say that even the most socialist communist societies still used price signals in distributing and allocating resources.
So she ran in a misogynistic country, and she still
And
won.
she ran on.
What do I mean by prove that the problem that you said exists?
I mean, whenever
That's what
the
you're
government tries to run a whole market, it does fail when trying to.
Okay, prove it.
I mean, in the USSR, in the especially in the consumer goods sector, they weren't able to provide like the kind of consumer goods that other countries were able to, because they
were able to provide the same amount of caloric intake for food as the United States with healthier diets. They were able to perform better building of housing and distributing housing better than the United States. What goods are you talking about?
Consumer goods, like things that a consumer may want but not need.
Aren't all goods for
Like cars?
Cars is a consumer good.
Okay. Can you show evidence of that?
I mean, can I search it up, or what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know. I don't have a bunch of.
Searched this up before?
I mean, I have, but I don't have it memorized completely. I'm not like a.
You're making the claim that it absolutely exists.
I don't say it's. I say that it definitely does exist whenever someone tries to run something completely. The USSR made really big advancements when it came to those big sector things, but I'm saying that when it came to its consumer goods, it was not not matching the US in that.
Evidence.
Okay.
Evidence. Wait, this is ridiculous. Am I?
No.
Welcome to what we've been dealing with.
I'm gonna be honest. I am 19 years old and I haven't extensively researched these things.
It's
Yes.
also like worth pointing out that like the USSR existed under sanctions and embargoes.
I agree, but okay. So can I go back to that real quick, because I didn't get to finish that with you either.
Finish like what you were saying with Sean. Go back to what she was saying.
Okay.
Wait, I'm about to lose signal, so you can talk about that for a second, and we can come back.
Okay.
I just got to run in somewhere and pay for some food.
Okay.
And they don't have signal in this spot.
Oh man.
It's going to be 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm about to.
So let's just say that the USSR did transition successfully into communism, right? And it reaches that no government failure, no market failure kind of thing, right?
Okay.
I mean, you have to like, here's the thing though, like you're talking about like shortages, but there are capitalist countries that have shortages.
I agree with you. I was going to continue what I was saying real quick. So
Hey, can you, sorry, real quick, Ash, can you get rid of loudmouth?
Yeah, sorry, I'm eating.
You're good. Ash, do you want to give me mod so I can help?
I don't have an open spot.
You don't?
No,
Oh,
I
Ash
have to.
doesn't
I'm
have-
gonna go through later and like redo my mods entirely. I forgot to do it earlier.
Ash doesn't like me, everyone. Anyways, Diego, what were you saying?
So honestly, if we could get to communism, I would be all for it. You know, but it would
Just a
could it-
concession.
but my question is, could it exist within like the world right now? Because wouldn't like another country just invade them or take them over?
I don't know. Ash, how much do you want to go into this? Because this gets...
I mean, this is just, it's like the fifth concession. Like, I don't understand why we're still having like a conversation when you just keep conceding. Just Diego, just be a communist. Like, just go start reading about communism.
But I'm not for trying to get there. Like, I don't think it's like feasible right now in the world we have today.
Tell me why you support capitalism.
I support my version of capitalism because I think it has the best well-being outcomes in the world right now, as I said, in the social democracy. But what I wanted to get back to is what I just brought up that I want to talk about. What I was trying to say.
No,
Is that wouldn't communism have to be like a global revolution?
Sure. I'm so sorry. I'm so rude. I'm eating. Brayden, can you talk to him?
Yeah. Diego, what were you saying? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
So, if a society successfully gets to communism and they transition into it in the world we have today, I would be scared that the U.S. would do what it's always done, or Western Europe, and it's gonna just take it over and invade.
I mean, I don't think socialism or communism can exist in like a singular nation or a singular country. I believe that it must be international, and the revolution is not done until like the market is abolished. Like my target as a communist is the market. As long as that is there, you know, we haven't established socialist production, because socialist production is definitionally the negation of like the capitalist mode of production and the domination of capital, of everything that we just talked about, which is intrinsic in market economy. So like in today's age with the US like as the dominant entity, I don't like the US would have to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and also like, I think that China is definitely more left wing than the U.S., but it also benefits heavily from global capitalism as well.
Sure. I really want to know why you support capitalism, though.
Yeah.
Like, can you just like tell me like just a statement?
I would say
why you think it's better.
that capitalism allows people to profit off their work and innovate and create medicines. I would say that it allows for the allocation of resources from a decentralized point. I'd say that it can work if you have the right policies alongside of it, as I said, with social democracy. What else?
Sean, just to catch you up, Sean, we have now moved from ECP to I would support communism if it was communism. So now we're hearing an argument of like why
It's because libertarian, like people hear the word communism and they think like USSR, but I know what the theory is, and I'm not saying that's a bad theory. I'm not saying that would be a bad society. I'm just saying that the way to get there requires an entire like international global movement against like superpowers of the world.
I mean, I don't know. You just sound like a communist. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. I mean, if you want to say that, I guess.
W.
Holy concession.
I mean, I'm just trying to argue. Like, I'm just trying to tell you guys what the left wing economic.
It's too late. It's too late. Can we get Comrade Diego in the chat?
Is my name Diego? All right, bro. Dude, I'm not what do you call it? Like like dogmatic. I'm not
It's
dogmatic.
too late. Too late. You're a communist. We heard you.
I'm not dogmatic.
What are your contentions? What are your contentions with communism?
So I would say that if
like,
the entire world reaches communism, I would still be scared of someone trying to centralize power and try to take over
Okay.
like a basic good or resource.
All right. He's an anarcho-communist. We heard him.
What? Isn't that the opposite?
Yeah, you're an ancom.
Okay, you'd be afraid of.
Isn't that the opposite of what I'm saying? That I don't want like anarchy. Like I would still be worried about there being people eventually to centralize.
Would you want? Hold on. Would you want centralized power or no centralized power?
I would like pluralism, having multiple nodes of power.
Would you want centralized power or not centralized
Yes,
power?
I would like centralized and decentralized powers, which is
Would
pluralism.
you want centralized power or not centralized power?
Like you guys try to tell me these like black or white question when it's not black
Maybe
or
he's
white.
maybe he's a council
It
com.
is dichotomous. Look, it's
not.
very
Oh,
dichotomous.
Also, Ash, can you unmute me in the comments?
You got muted in the comments? That's hilarious.
Yeah, Rick muted me.
Rick,
Fucking coward.
I want to know
don't
what
do
your
that.
contentions with communism is, because like
I just said.
we moved away from ECP too fast for me to get there, so that's fine. But like, you're not. You're just saying that you're afraid of someone. I said what I said.
I mean, I'm not
Moved too
afraid of it.
fast
I
for me
mean,
to get
whenever societies were decentralized, like before we had like actual states and stuff, there were eventually people that came to centralized power, and they used that power to, do powerful things.
I gotta let you know, I do not care about speculation. I just
Like, I
wanna
mean,
know-
that's not speculation. I mean, early on, we had early conquerors and warlords
Let
all
her
over the world.
finish. She didn't even get to finish what she was saying.
There was no such thing as decentralized power before. Like, are you talking about the implementation of agrarian culture?
I mean, that's one thing. When someone controls the food supply,
That
that's a
wasn't-
form of centralized power.
There was no power there. There was just death because people couldn't find food. And then we cultivated agrarian culture.
Yes.
It was like a power system.
Yes.
But like, you're not telling me anything about like your contentions with communism. You're just saying, I speculate that this thing will happen, so I'm scared of it.
What I
don't
mean
care
by
about
the
that.
speculation is that, like, let's just take for example, like ancient societies, right? You would see eventually the first civilizations that were born, like let's say the Indus Valley or the Chinese civilization, they conquered the lands around them, and they had in like the earliest versions of what we have now, which is a state.
This doesn't tell me your contentions of communism, bro.
My thing is that if we go to communism and there's classless, stateless, moneyless, that I would assume the same thing that happened in human history would happen again whenever there's no centralized power.
I mean, you're just making predictions on historical events that you cannot fundamentally know.
I mean, sure. I mean,
Okay, so you have no argument.
How is that not an argument? I mean, you guys use theory all the
It's
time.
not
I think I use theory.
It's not, because it's not grounded in logic. But I just.
But it's 100% logical.
I want you. It's not. It's very not. Because if it was 100% logical, you'd be able to give me an argument for it, and you can't. You just keep saying, "I'm afraid that this thing will happen," but I don't hear any actual arguments that it would happen. I ask this: since we have like more resources than people alive, what is the driving force into creating a state like you're afraid of, like the state that you're afraid of in communism?
It would be that somebody wants power, just like how it was back then. You had successful decentralized societies that were, very communal. But once they get large enough, decentralization happens, and we saw that all over Indus Valley, China, Americas.
Throughout the conquering of the world, we saw a lack of resources in
Mesopotamia.
one place and people going to another place to conquer it. What I'm asking you is that with a plethora of resources, what is the evidence that someone will just want, quote unquote, more power and take your power instead of just going to go like wherever it is that they want to go to get whatever it is that they want to have?
I'm muted. I'm pretty sure I got muted.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was trying to say something. It's no problem. I just didn't know. I was saying that what do you call it? That you said that they go to places that didn't have resources, and that was it.
It was places that didn't have resources invading places that did have resources to get access to resources. With universal access of resources, what is the driving motive to do conquest, as
I would
you
say,
said?
how do you get to that universal access of resources?
Through the production forces of communism.
What are those production forces?
Within capitalism, creating dual power structures, and outside of capitalism, moving towards things like automation in order to create a plethora of resources for people to live. We have an abundance of resources, and all you have to do is basic math to figure out what to produce and where to distribute it. But I just want to know, with ample access to resources, what are the driving motivations of conquest?
You said automation?
Answer the question.
I mean, you guys are not allowing me to use theory, but then you want to theorize that you can automate all of human labor. But then you want to say you can automate all of human labor?
This isn't theory. We literally have 3D printing, 3D printed houses. Look, man, I want you to tell me what the driving motivators are. Everything that a communist talks about, we talk about materialistically. And everything that you've talked about has been speculation and idealism, which is why it's
communism is the ultimate form of speculation. We've never even had that. I mean, you're speculating that society. You're speculating that society that could even exist.
We understand that permaculture exists in order to maintain food balances. We understand how distribution exists. We understand commerce. We understand your ideology better than your ideology. You don't even know that you're a libertarian, and we know it.
I am
but we haven't
not.
even
The libertarian argues for no government interest.
We haven't even called you a libertarian in order to be nice, but I just want to know what the motivators are, man. That's all I would want to know. If someone has access to something, because no one has been able to answer this question. If you're at a buffet and I have your favorite food on my plate, what would drive you to take the food off my plate than go to the buffet yourself? That's how I break it down at a smaller scale.
I mean, I would agree that poverty incites people to do crimes and stuff. I mean, hello? Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted.
You're not muted, but I'm asking you what the driving motivators would be if the resources are accessible.
There would be no motivation.
Right, so then it wouldn't happen.
Diego's a communist.
Dude, I'm trying to say that you guys are just using theory and
hang on, because what I'm hearing, right, is Diego says, listen, I don't really like capitalism how it is right now. And I would be a communist if we did communism. I would be cool with that. My only issue with communism is what if we somehow end up back in capitalism?
Not back in. I said back. I'm not anti-socialism
all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the motivation to stop working. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I don't understand this motivation to not automate things. It's a really weird thing to me. It sounds like, you know how boomers were really scared of video games? It sounds like that to me.
Okay, can I be 100% honest with y'all?
Sure.
I actually am a communist.
We know.
No, before the debate started. I don't believe in capitalism.
You're a libertarian Marxist. We know.
No. We know you're a communist.
What I am saying is I'm an econ student, and so I just wanted to present y'all some of the arguments that I've heard from my professors. That's it.
Professors?
Yeah, 100%.
Called it. Can I just say I called this shit 20 minutes ago?
I'm not a capitalist.
We know. I know. I knew right away.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't get me.
You see that, Sean? Today will forever be known as Schrodinger's douchebag day.
There's been a lot of
all fucking day. Do you know how many Christians turned into atheists before my eyes this morning? One after the other?
To be honest with y'all, before I was going into econ, I thought it was going to prove to me capitalism. But when I got into it, you can dismantle it using its own principles. And it's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
All right.
If only some dude wrote a.
W Comrade Diego in the chat, please.
I am actually, yeah. Sorry for kind of like rage baiting a little bit, but I just wanted to try and see what it
No,
would do.
I didn't feel enraged. I just felt like you were a communist.
Yeah, a little bit. But when I bring up social democracy, when I brought that up, do y'all know what dependency theory is and equal exchange theory?
Yes. What? Okay. I don't. What year are you?
No, I'm just.
No. What
I'm gonna be.
year are you?
I'm pretty young. It's new to me, so I'm just asking y'all. I'm not trying to be like. I'm
Yes,
on
you're
y'all
talking
side.
about the 3 categories dependency theory of the peripheries.
Yes, and
Yes.
and when I first heard of social democracy, I thought it was like the perfect thing, perfect fix. But I realized that it still requires the exploitation of the global south, even in its all sectors.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know if I ruined the vibe or something. I just wanted to talk to y'all now that like I'm just asking you guys like that are a little older than me about these things. I'm not trying to be condescending or I'm sorry. I'm really apologizing.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're fine. We're not. Nobody's upset with you.
Well, there's kind of no one to debate with anymore in this live. I don't know if you want to bring someone else
Yes,
up.
we have people like you. Thanks, Diego.
All right, see
You
y'all.
did a good LARP. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Bye.
Better luck than anything I did.
All right. Brayden, my
Am I getting
beautiful
dropped?
first child. Yeah, you're getting dropped. I love you. I'll see you later. I'm gonna bring up not Carter.
Braden sounds a lot like Thomas Aquinas.
He does, doesn't he?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi. How old are you?
23.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, it's a communist. I'm a Marxist-Leninist. It's a communist issue on art and music and creativity. I don't have a ton of like experience in the literature on this. And first of all, I'm wondering, like, how do I reckon with the fact that maybe under like later stages of the USSR, there was this, as far as I know, I could be ahistorically here, there was a repression on music and art. And I could be wrong about that, but I'm a musician and a communist.
It depends.
And it's just something I wonder.
It depends on the type of music and art. So like you were not allowed to make like capitalist propaganda, but artists and musicians were incredibly valued in the Soviet Union. And the state invested a lot of resources into the advancement of like animation and like film production, specifically. So like a lot of like the styles of animation that we have today actually come from the USSR. So even like the guy that made like Star Wars and stuff, like he learned a lot of that from the USSR. So I don't know if that clears it up.
Yeah, and that's what I'm confused about, because I come from a classical music background. So obviously like I'm very, very grateful for like my teacher who was born in St. Petersburg and went through the school system. I mean, they literally got chosen, like hand selected to go to school in St. Petersburg at age 6 and got trained. I mean, I meet these Russian musicians who are like just insanely talented in a way that you never see here. It's incredible. And they value that so much. But I'm more so like hearing this point a lot in like as a recent issue. It could be a revisionist take. I'm just kind of clarifying that, or wondering if you could.
I mean, we can like talk for a couple minutes, but I am looking for opposition. So
Okay, well, I don't have that, so my bad.
No, you're fine. What is the point you want to talk about?
I'm just kind of asking if this is ahistorical, this idea of repressing creative people. I mean, I think you already kind of answered this for me.
Yeah,
But-
no, I think that they encouraged creativity while repressing like obviously you're not gonna like hear like the Beatles in the USSR when they come out with a song that says like you say you want a revolution, but go ahead and look at like Chairman Mao. You see what I'm saying? Like art
Yeah.
is also propaganda. So like, yeah, you're not gonna have like Beatles records in the USSR when like the Beatles actively made songs about like repressing revolution and like talking shit about like communist countries. But
Yeah,
we
that makes sense.
also like repress art here. So
Yeah, we do the same thing as well. Personally, and this is not a very like rigorous take. I just feel like there is room for opposition in like capitalist propaganda in a communist state. Even if you push back on it, I feel like it can lead to like further repression. And I don't know. It's kind of like a personal thing I'm trying to reckon with. I know it sounds bad, but like
no, it's fine. I mean, like we always say, like you're allowed to complain in communism. Like in communism, you are more than welcome to make a sign and stand outside and spend your whole day complaining. You can hold lives in communism and say, hey, this communism shit sucks. Capitalism is better. But you're not allowed to organize against communism. So like, I think that we should put down any attempts to disrupt communism. And we should use our authority to do so. Me and Sean talked to somebody the other day, and I thought it was a really funny conversation. And I don't know if you remember, Sean, where the guy was like, well, what if I wanted to try to convince people to do capitalism in communism? And like, he like literally couldn't tell us like how he would do that.
Literally this. It's so funny to me.
like it is something I want to read about more. I mean, someone in comments wrote about Shostakovich, and I agree. That's like a lot of capitalists love talking about Shostakovich, and it's not true. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but
I'm not.
yeah, they said they controlled the music he could write, and not to be extremely patriotic or even maybe nationalistic in its themes. But you know, I think that's false. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I appreciate you, someone who
Thank
isn't
you.
named Carter. Thank you for coming up. I'm gonna drop you down.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, Ash. You reminded me I have to send the stuff to Nafi in our group message.
Oh yeah. I wish I would have clipped that conversation. I thought it was really funny. Sorry, I have the squeakiest chair ever. You know my chair is held together with duct tape?
I feel like if you have a chair and it's not held together by duct tape, you're a poser.
I think so.
You don't really do desk work.
Let's see, are these old? It's like extra squeaky now. All right, if you don't like communism, come up and tell us why. I think these are all old. The chair is terrible. It's my brother's old gaming chair. My brother is, he streams game stuff. So he gives me his old stuff sometimes. I have like mics and stuff that he's given me. WD-40, probably. All right, I'm gonna start inviting like random people up then. Oh, your brother does too. All right, who's opposition? We have opposition. This person was requesting earlier. There they are. All right, Zen, what is your age?
I'm 34.
Okay, what's your do you like communism or no?
No.
Okay, tell us why. Wait, I talked to you the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, go ahead.
We had a good discussion. So I wanted to ask you, right? Do you believe that we should remove US imperialism?
Is that a serious question? Yeah.
Yes. So my question is, what replaces U.S. imperialism?
What do you mean? What replaces it?
So if you were to suddenly remove U.S. imperialism, right, and we don't have the United States anymore, how are we going to divide up the land and all of that?
What do you mean divide up the land?
I thought that to get rid of U.S. imperialism, you have to give back the mainland United States to indigenous people.
The stewardship of the land, yeah, gets
So then
returned.
they would presumably wouldn't have Congress anymore or elections. We would just give the land back to them.
There can still be governmental structures, but yeah, the self-determination of like all nations of people would be returned to them.
But then legally, how would that coexist with the Constitution?
Do you know what stewardship is? Well,
No.
we wouldn't have like the U.S. Constitution.
Wait, what?
We wouldn't have the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what would we have?
Something different.
Oh, like what?
I mean, there's a bunch of different ways it could be done. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say, you know what I was going to say, so never mind.
No, go ahead.
The 1936 Soviet Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
You like that one?
It's the go-to answer. It's the best constitution. But no, there'll be no constitution. But do you have an argument against communism?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear that. That's what we want to hear.
My main argument against communism, especially in 2026, is that it's just armchair theorizing and trying to basically put onto us a system based on theories that y'all have about what is right and wrong, and then we should all follow blindly. So like overnight or over a period of time, we would lose the status quo, and now we're going to have a new system where we don't even know if it actually works.
Terrible argument, by the way, because
Thank you. Appreciate it.
well, the reason why is because there are communist countries and there are also communist movements all over the world, and there are people who are like actively like waging revolution right now. That's why it's silly to say like I don't like
But
communism.
all communist countries still
Can you
take advantage of U.S.
Can
imperialism.
you admit to me that there are communist movements that exist around the world that are doing things?
No,
Why not?
because one, they're not isolated from the world. They still derive things from U.S. imperialism, right?
Like
They still
what?
benefit from it. And two, none of them are actually 100% like you're saying.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, DPRK doesn't benefit at all from U.S. imperialism, but
Which one?
what you said is
Which countries are? I
just
didn't hear that.
nonsensical. DPRK, but what you said is nonsensical.
North Korea?
Correct.
Of
But
course
what
they
you
do.
said is nonsensical. Like what you said is that we base our ideas on theories of right and wrong when we reject moralism. So like what theory of right and wrong does any communist have?
The theory that I forgot the exact terminology. It's like when you get a surplus from the worker and make profit, that's wrong,
Wait, that's
right?
not right and wrong. No,
Yes, it
that's
is.
just
You call
no,
that
it's not.
exploitation.
The theory-
Yeah, it's
Exploitation
called
is
exploitation
blatantly
because that's
moralistic.
what it is. That's not a moralistic claim. Like exploitation
It
has a
is.
definition.
It's a normative
If you fall
judgment for
into-
sure.
It's not a normative judgment. It's a definitional thing. Like
It's a
it
normative
falls
definition,
into.
whatever you want to call it. Like
It's not a normative
nature.
definition.
Yes, it is,
It's not
sir.
a judgmental thing. No, it's not, because we talk about how capitalists aren't evil beings doing evil things. They're acting within the interest of their class.
Yeah,
Like
well,
if we acknowledge that good and evil isn't a real thing, but you are exploiting someone by definition, I don't understand how that would be a normative.
So let me ask you a
judgment.
question. In the Soviet Revolution, right, when they murdered a bunch of people to have the class revolution, was that right or wrong, or was that amoral?
It was amoral.
Damn, you're insane, bro. I gotta go because I have a meeting, but I'll be back in 30 minutes, I promise.
Just don't know anything.
I'll follow you. No, this is cool. I like that you answer my questions. Call me. I'll be back later. You
hey,
too. Call
did
me.
you know Einstein was a communist?
He has to run and do more research because he didn't know.
Do you know what projection is? Do y'all know? Do y'all know what projection is? Projection is when somebody says that you guys are making moral claims, and then they turn around and call someone insane for not agreeing with their moral claim. That's projection.
Jeff, I saw this background. I should send it to you. It was really funny. It's this like objectivist, and he had these like two categories that said like good and bad, and then underneath bad, he had subjectivism.
Oh, I've seen him. I've been wanting to go. I haven't been wanting to. I wanted to go into his lives until I saw him debate one person, and I was like, oh, he's not. This wouldn't be fair. This wouldn't be fair at all.
He doesn't let me on his live because he says that I'm not civil.
He's just afraid of you. His debate style is really bad, and his points are even worse. It's really bad. When I tell you I saw him debating, and I was like, oh wait, he's not going to be able to do anything against me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's also a Zionist.
Yeah. I just thought that was really funny that he was like, oh, subjectivism is bad. All right. Hi, what's your age?
Hello, I'm 30.
Okay. What do you want to tell us? You want to tell us about how much you love capitalism or hate communism?
Actually, none of the above. The workers need to cease the means of production. This world is controlled by the moneyed interests, and we need to, as a global class, take back what is our right.
I disagree completely. Give me an argument for communism.
We do the work, and we don't get the money.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, labor.
Okay, good argument. I'm a communist now. Thank you for coming up.
Okay.
Okay. I concede. All right, Spencer, how old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay. Tell me why you hate communism.
Well, I don't think communism is real, so I don't really hate it.
How is it not real?
Well, I mean, according to my definition. Could you define like what you think it is, though, just so I'll make sure we're talking?
I want to hear your definition, since that's what we're going to work off of.
Well, I mean, I would consider it like a classless, moneyless society, like no state.
That's your personal definition?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You think
So-
that never existed?
No, I don't think it's real. The reason being, let's say we were to hypothetically get to that state, and me and my buddies go, you know what, this is just stupid. We're going to go do capitalism.
Oh, this is perfect. Sean.
Right? How would you stop me? You would need to form some type of, quote, state, wouldn't you?
This is perfect.
This is always the thing. This is funny. All right, let's play pretend here.
Yeah.
Is it a joke? Are you joking, Spencer?
No, I'm gonna make it.
No, I'm being serious. I mean, I have like, there's a whole list of things. This is just one of many, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I say we can stop you by, we don't have to form a state. We could just fashion some kind of spear.
Actually,
Go ahead, Sean.
Like, what do you mean? Like, let's say there's 1,000 of this.
I'm gonna ask you a question. It is really easy question, super easy question. A necessity in order to build any different economic system outside of the one that you're in. What is your means to primitive accumulation?
Like, what do you mean? Like hunter gatherer?
That is an excellent question. We're going to go ahead and toss out this theory because you don't even know what it takes to build an economic system to go up against another economic system.
How is that relevant to my question? So what you did was,
how is primitive
I asked
accumulation
a very-
relevant
hold
to
on.
building an economic system?
What are we talking about building an economic system? I said, how are you going to stop me if I said, hey, me and my buddies are going to go do this other thing?
I would take away your means of building primitive accumulation.
How?
I
There's
would take
1,000
away
of
your
us.
building.
Make us-
Listen. How do you, in order to tell you how I would take away your ability to build primitive accumulation, you would first have to tell me.
No, I wouldn't.
No, don't. Yes, you would.
Why would I?
Yes, you would, because there's many different ways to build a capitalistic economy.
But we're not talking about that. I'm saying, how are you
Listen,
going to keep
you
us from
are
doing
talking
that?
about building a capitalist economy
No, I'm saying, how are you going to stop us from not participating in what
by
you
taking away your ability to gather primitive accumulation.
How to gather accumulation? How do you gather accumulation? Isn't accumulation
Primitive accumulation.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
listen,
hold on, wait,
that's
wait,
the
wait,
question
hold on.
I asked you,
Wait, no,
Spencer.
I know. I'm trying to understand your question. Is accumulation something you gather, or is accumulation actually gathering the same thing?
This is an excellent question, Spencer. We're going to go ahead and take this theory and toss it in the ocean.
I want you to
And
answer.
you're not going to be able. You're not going to be able to get to it because you can't swim. And I'm
that a
just
black-
going
is
to
that a
go
black
to the
joke?
next thing.
Is that a black
We're
joke?
going to
Very
go
funny.
to the next thing. Are you black?
Yes, I am. Fucking funny.
Oh, excellent. All right, I'm gonna change the joke now. We're gonna go ahead and toss
want you
this
to
bitch
answer
in the
the
ocean.
question.
Hold on.
Tossing everything.
Hold
because
up.
you can't answer, sir.
Hold on. I'm gonna change the joke. We're gonna toss this bitch in the ocean, and you're not gonna go get it because you don't want to change shark migration patterns again. So now that I've made
I
that
want you to
joke,
answer the question instead of tossing.
now that I've
everything.
made that joke,
You just keep tossing it.
I'm just 100% because the foundation.
But let's move on. How do you allocate
No
resources?
pause.
How
No
do you allocate-
pause.
How do you allocate resources?
What? What are you talking about?
How do you allocate resources in your communist system? What's the
through
method?
the algorithmic processes for each community. But
Okay,
I just want to
explain
know.
it.
Wait, hold on, because your
No,
argument's
like-
supposed to be against communism, bro. So we're tossing out the. You're just going to create a capitalistic system because you don't know how to create any economic system.
You're correct. So
yeah.
let's answer. Let's
Yeah.
toss this
So
one now
let's-
when you can't answer it. So
I
you
did
said
answer it.
algorithmic.
Did I? Hold
Explain.
on, Ash. Did I answer his questions?
You used a bunch of words. Hold on.
I used a bunch of words.
Yeah,
We're
that
gonna,
said nothing.
hold on, Spencer.
And then you
Hold on,
tossed.
Spencer. We're going to talk about projection right now. The term that
Your
you were
favorite
asked
word.
about. The term that you were asked about was primitive accumulation. Did you answer that question?
What do you mean? I asked a clarifying question, and then he proceeded to toss the argument. I don't know. I don't know if you're keeping up here.
I am. So you were asked how you are going to gather primitive accumulation. And did you answer that question?
Well, I mean, you're talking about like, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about like Marx's like primitive accumulation, like divorcing workers for the means of production? Like, what are we talking about?
Primitive accumulation is not divorcing workers from the means of production.
What is it, according to Marx? Define it. I obviously don't know. You said we're going to gather.
I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer this question directly.
You said we're going to gather accumulation.
You're not going to like the answer.
And I said, isn't gathering and accumulating the same thing? That's why I'm confused. How do we gather accumulation?
How do we gather accumulation?
Yeah, because remember I said they're the same thing?
Listen. You don't know what the primitive accumulation is, and I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint and a direct answer at the same time. Here, I'll just do this. Here. And if you still don't know what it is after I say this, then we're just going to move on. Primitive accumulation is black people. Do you understand that answer?
No, I don't.
Okay, excellent. We're going to toss this out the window.
Oh,
because
imagine that.
you don't know what it takes to build an economic system. So let's hear the next argument.
Hold on. I don't understand. Why would you be making like the case, like you're saying like primitive accumulation, right? You're going to separate me from my property and my capital.
That's not what primitive accumulation is, Brody.
What do you mean? It is literally separating me from productive property. According to Marx.
What are you talking about?
Tell me define primitive accumulation.
Primitive accumulation is the means that it takes in order to build an economic system. It literally is the accumulation primitive to a system. So black people were slaves before capitalism because black people were the first capital. That would be primitive accumulation for capitalism.
Black people were the first capital. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, black people were the first capital in capitalism.
Yeah, we're going to toss this because you're not a.
Are we keeping up? Yeah, we're going to toss this because you don't know what you're talking about. And I understand that completely and totally. There was a time where I didn't know what primitive accumulation was. And then I read books.
Hold on, explain.
So let's hear the next argument.
Explain how you're going to keep me from acquiring property.
You know what's funny? You know what's
No,
funny?
hold on. Why do I need to talk to two people?
Hold on. I'm not even talking to you, Spencer. I'm talking to Sean.
I just want a single answer.
Hey, Spencer, shut the fuck up while I'm talking.
I gave you multiple
asked me questions in response to my question.
Hey, Spencer.
And then you tossed it.
Hey, Spencer, there was only one question on the table, and you asked a bunch of. I want you to shut the fuck up while I'm talking, Spencer.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What's funny, Sean, is that you and I know what primitive accumulation is. Ash knows what primitive accumulation is. And Spencer knows what the AI overview told him that primitive accumulation was. I was curious because I'm like, that's not what primitive accumulation is. And so I went and asked Google, and lo and behold, the AI overview says exactly what he just said, or some reasonable facsimile of it. But he thinks that the AI overview is what primitive accumulation is.
Jeff, I did the same thing. I'm also looking at it.
Are we ready to answer a question?
I've answered all of your questions.
No, you haven't. You gave me a
What
broad.
question didn't I answer?
You said algorithmic processes or something. Like I said,
That's the answer to the question.
Yeah. So explain how does that work? What do you mean What is the algorithm based on?
Population. You asked me how we're going to distribute goods to the general population.
I said, how are you going to allocate the resources? Like, so what do we make? How much of it do we make? And what decides that?
Yes, the algorithmic processes in different communities.
Yeah, so how does that work? What are the inputs for your model?
Yeah. You take X amount, and you have to distribute on the basis of how much X amount consumes. X amount is the population.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, do we make
that's the algebraic equation. I don't know how else to tell you. What else do you want, man?
Yeah, but how do you determine what needs to be allocated? Do we take a survey? Do people vote, or are we like?
Okay, look.
I mean, hold on. You're asking me about fundamentals of an economy. I'm asking you very simple questions about this grand economic system you're actually proposing. So if I'm going to join you and say, sure, this is a great idea, I would think that like fundamental questions like how are we going to allocate shit? You should be able to like drill down and be very specific. Not like we'll have an algorithm for it.
I gave you the algebraic algorithm.
No. You gave me a very broad, general that answers nothing.
Why don't you just do this? Why don't you just, anytime I answer a question that is above your pay grade, why don't you just say, I don't know what that means?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Can you break it down? What are
excellent.
I asked you a very specific question.
That's awesome.
I said, what are the inputs for your model?
I gave you a very specific answer.
No, you didn't. I said, what are the inputs?
You don't want to know the model because the model would be the algebraic equation.
Yeah, and what are the inputs for the algebraic equation?
I just told you what it was by telling you the algebraic equation.
Give me the equation. What's the equation?
Yeah, X amount consumes B amount, and then you solve X amount for the amount of population.
Okay, X amount would be X equals people.
Correct.
Okay, so X equals people consumes, we'll just say B of stuff, right?
Yes.
And you have C for resources.
What?
Yes, that would be the amount of resources that it would be equal C. Yes.
Okay. So the B here, who determines what is important in the hierarchy of B? I want 80 PlayStations. Hold on. I want 80 PlayStations. You want 80 unicorn statues. What do we make first? Or do we just make everything?
You make everything, but you're not giving
So
a
there's
real
no
equation.
so resources aren't
But
finite.
like,
Got
hold
it.
on, because statues require iron, whereas PlayStations require chips. So which one of these industries do you want to go over first?
No, I'm saying which one do you prioritize?
I just want to listen. Statues require now. You don't want to get specific.
No, we are getting
Statues
specific.
require iron.
Yeah.
Statues
Or
require iron.
bronze, or bronze. They could be
Look,
aluminum. They could be paper mache.
Listen, now you don't want to get specific.
No, I
Apparently,
do want to get specific.
like all of a sudden, specificity isn't the thing. Specificity isn't fun anymore. Zero fun, sir. Look,
You're trying to
if you
skip a
don't-
step. Let's
there's
stay
no
on.
skipping steps.
Okay.
There's no skipping. I'm going right down the line.
Yeah.
Look,
What do
man,
we make first?
I
What's the
just
priority?
want. We can make both of them, but I just want to
How?
break down each individual. How do we make both of them? You don't think that there's 7 billion people on the planet and that multiple people can be making multiple things?
Wait, is your assumption
You
that
think
the,
you
Okay.
think that because there's a new you think that because there's a new PlayStation coming out next year that they're not making statues as well? That's what you think right now?
well, not
No
under
statues
capitalism.
are going to come out next year because the PlayStation's going to come out next year.
Well, you're talking about You're talking about apples and bananas. There's price.
Nigga,
signals.
you brought up the apples and banana, bro. There's no way.
There's
There
price.
is.
There's
We
price.
are. Hey, listen,
there's-
Trump. If you're
there's-
listening,
there's price signals.
Trump.
Again.
Trump. If you're listening, bro, push
Are
the
you-
button.
Are you assuming?
We're cooked, bro.
Are you assuming
We're
that the
absolutely cooked.
Are you assuming that the entire world is
Yes.
communist under your?
We're
He is
insanely cooked.
clumsily
Can you
doing
answer-
the ECP.
Yeah.
And when it's answered, he's
it
like,
hasn't been answered.
But
I'm trying to ask.
there's price but how are you? Because there's price signals.
I'm just telling you, bro. When I brought up, you bring up statues and PlayStations, and I talk about statues and PlayStations. You're talking about apples and banana. Trump, listen, man, Trump, please, if you can hear me, Trump, we're done. Just go ahead, push the button, bro. It's over. We'll start over with the next RNA on clay, bro. I'm telling you, it'll come through. Just push the button. We're cooked. There's no coming back from this. It can't be.
So you're making the assumption that the entire planet is communist under this like argument that you're making, right?
No, bro. When I'm
then why don't
making
you
the
say there's
argument,
hold on, you said there's 7 billion people. Why would you say that if it wasn't your premise that
are you
everybody's communist?
positing? Are you positing that
Sure.
two things can be made under capitalism, but two things can't be made under communism?
But no, that's actually not. I asked a very
Okay,
specific
so then-
question. Hold on. I asked a very specific question. I gave like 2 examples to make it easy. I'm saying there's going to be a lot of different things that people want. So, some are going to obviously have to be prioritized. Yes.
No.
So okay. Just so I understand this, everything everybody wants will be made at the same time. There will be no priority. It'll just work.
Yes.
Oh, you're fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, can you debunk the algorithm?
Oh, he ran.
Oh, fuck you. I hate when y'all run away after you're cooked. This is nuts.
It is. Everybody, please make sure that you're following Jeff and Sean. We're going to let somebody else up. I have time for one more. Or I don't. I guess not. Oh, there they are.
Yo.
Can I have your age?
I'm 20.
Okay. Do you support capitalism?
No.
Okay. Can you make an argument for communism? Because I'm against communism.
Marx is outdated, and he couldn't predict the way the economy progressed.
You're supposed to be convincing me to be a communist right now.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Okay. What do you support?
I support communism.
So make me a communist.
Okay. Did you I can't do it.
Try. Oh, they ran. All right, let's see if this person wants to come up. All right, if you support capitalism, come up. That's a
My
child.
God. Like, what was happening in there?
I don't know.
It sounded like the movie theater when whatchamacallit came out. What was it? The Minecraft movie.
I think it was last summer. I swear on my life, someone kept putting my live in like a Roblox server or something. Like every single person was like 10 years old. It was awful. It was like not even like worth going live anymore.
Ew. Chicken jockey.
My 4-year-old says that all the time.
Going crazy in the theater.
Yep. All right. Do we have anyone? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say before you end, you know why I came up originally?
No, what happened?
I was the person talking about stuff being decentralized, and I had this thought, and then I went and like did some math, and I'm probably gonna write about this at some point. But is it ironic that crypto is decentralized in name only now?
I don't know anything about it.
Like, the wealth in crypto is like super concentrated,
That's true. Yeah.
and the control of crypto is super concentrated.
That is ironic.
It was supposed to be the decentralized thing, and because of capitalism, it's like like it's super, like it's like all here in one spot. That's hilarious to me.
That is so funny, honestly. Let's see. I think we have one more. This person. I don't know what's up with my camera. It's just going to be that way. All right. Can I have your age?
23.
Okay. Do you support communism or capitalism?
I'm not broke, so capitalism.
Okay. Can you make an argument for capitalism? Tell me why I should support it.
Well, you're broke, so you have to support communism. So, I mean,
No, I'm asking you to make an argument like in favor of capitalism.
more money,
More money.
more corporations,
Okay.
more freedom, more choices.
Okay. Do you own capital by chance?
Yeah,
What capital?
I own a car.
Okay. You're a car
Ain't
capitalist?
no way.
I'm a what?
You know what's
Car
crazy?
capitalist.
You know what's nuts is that if you say that you own capital and the capital is your car, you're just admitting to us that all you do for a living is Uber Eats, which means you are broke.
No, it doesn't.
It
I don't
does.
sell that shit, dumbass motherfucker.
Do you
I'll
race
slap
your
you.
car?
What?
Do you race your car?
I own it.
Do you race it?
No,
Okay, then
I use it to commute to work, dumbass. I wouldn't
So
make
then-
money for
I
that.
gotta tell you, you calling anybody
Oh my
a
God,
dumbass
bro.
right now is like
You
we
dumb
were
and
just
shit,
talking about
broke.
irony is incredibly ironic that you're like calling anybody a dumbass. I've been live for several hours. This is actually the dumbest thing I've heard all fucking day. Is that you own capital because you drive your car to work. You sound
Yeah,
Yeah,
stupid.
I use it to generate
Give me-
wealth. I use it to generate
That's
wealth.
not
you fucking
generating
idiot.
wealth, you fucking dipshit.
You're a fucking moron.
generate
How do you get
wealth.
to work? How would I
When
get
I
to work?
get in my car, does that generate wealth?
How would I get to work?
Do you even know what
Fucking idiot.
capital is, you fucking dumbass?
How would I
No
get to
clue.
work? You fucking idiot.
What do you do for work?
I'm an accountant.
You're a CPA?
Yeah.
He's a brokey.
You're broke as fuck,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Broke as hell.
No way.
Hella broke.
I work for Big Four in
Do you have a
Chicago.
car payment?
No, I own it, dumbass.
He owns it now. He paid it off.
How did you
The
buy
Benz.
it new or not?
I bought it new. It's a Benz.
It's a Benz. When did you pay it off?
Earlier this year, I finished.
Earlier this year. How long did that take?
5 years.
No, I didn't do 5 years because I put a big down payment on it, so it only took like 3.
Did you know that your car like depreciates in value like immediately?
You're depreciating in value because you're gonna get more.
That's real. That's true. But your car is also depreciating in value.
Ash appreciates in value, by the way.
Everything depreciates in value, dumbass.
No, like cars specifically. So like, how are you generating wealth by driving your car if it's depreciating in value?
Because if I didn't have a car, I wouldn't be able to get to work to generate wealth for myself.
Generating
Dumbass.
wealth has nothing to do with whether or not you have a car. You're not generating
It does
wealth.
if I need one to get to
when
work.
you go
Dumbass.
to work, you're generating wealth, but it's not for you. It's for the owner. It's not for you. You
And
don't.
I get it,
have wealth.
and I'm getting
You
part of
don't
it.
have wealth. You don't own capital.
I do.
You don't. Your car is not capital.
Once you get to partner status,
You don't-
then you own
You're
part
never
of the
gonna
company.
get to you'll never get to partner status. Do you know why? Because you're
That's
an
what everyone's
accountant.
saying.
Because you're an accountant who doesn't know what the fuck capital is. You're never gonna be successful ever. You're a loser.
Yeah. The one on TikTok Live is calling me a loser with a flag.
I'm not a fucking accountant who doesn't know what capital is.
You don't know what anything
You
is.
can laugh all you want, but you're a loser. You're losing in the system. You're advocating for a system that you're fucking losing in. It's pathetic.
Hey, just
I'm
out of
not losing.
curiosity,
I'm in a
just
nice
real quick.
apartment in downtown Chicago,
Just real
River
quick,
North.
just real quick.
What's up, bitch boy?
Are you saying that the host of a live with people watching is of a lower strata than the peasant that begged to come up on the panel and is a guest on the same live?
Requesting up is begging. So when you request up on panels, are you begging?
Not
Yeah,
for the
that's what I
panels
thought,
where they
fat
want.
boy.
Not for the panels where they want me.
Stuff some more cheese.
Like nobody wants
Stuff
me.
your mouth, fat boy.
You're just broke. The highlight of your day was talking to us.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. I'm not ordinarily that mean, but he was very rude to Sean. So
I'm also an accountant, and then there's also a couple other ones in chat. So I mean,
can you convince me to be an accountant? Go.
no.
Okay. Hi, Noah.
What's up, Ash? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I think we're in a literacy crisis. Yeah.
We definitely are. I have like 15 minutes if everybody wants to hang out for a minute.
I know we're in a literacy crisis. Also, hi everyone.
Hi. And if anybody wants to plug anything, now is a good time to. I'm supposed to be on a podcast later tonight, actually.
Wait, Ash, Josephina, Stalina, Jeff, everybody on the panel. Did y'all see the AOC Woke 1.0 thing?
Yeah.
What is this? What are they pushing now?
So basically, I was on a liberal panel. I'm not over this shit because everybody in the chat, I was like, everybody's disagreeing with me. And then I just have to remind myself, like, we are in a literacy crisis and you niggas have very low comprehension skills. I was on a panel asking, like, it was a sort of liberal panel, but they were asking, like, progressives, so-called leftists, Democrats, etc., to come up to say, why don't you support the DSA? And so my critique of the DSA was pretty simple. I have several, but, like, the main one is that what I've observed from people who have come out of the DSA, particularly like the candidates that they run, is they sort of adopt these like quasi-radical positions and then they later abandon them and capitulate to like liberalism and to the establishment, right? That's my issue. I played the AOC clip of her talking about Woke 1.0 and talking about like the defund the police movement and how, that only emerged because of the conditions that were going on with the pandemic and stuff, and that we have to move past that type of rhetoric. That is what AOC was calling for. And they said that I was doing misinformation, mischaracterizing the clip, and that she was actually quoting someone else when she said Woke 1.0. Mind you, the person she quoted apparently is another DSA person or someone affiliated with the DSA. which is Chiose or whatever. But like, I'm bringing this shit up, and it's very frustrating to me because, like, first of all, defund the police already was like a liberal bastardization of the radical demand to abolish the police, right? But you know, if she once held that position and doesn't hold that position now, that is a problem. Look at this liberal in the chat. This is what I'm saying. She was quoting someone else that she agreed with. The fact that she quoted someone else is immaterial to the claim that I made about AOC. This is the point. This is why you niggas have comprehension issues. Like, we need to be for real. They said, oh my gosh, you have these ulterior motives, and you know, you're disrespecting AOC and making shit up, and you know, all this shit. You niggas are inept as fuck. Y'all struggle with comprehension. She used that to buttress her reason for why she moved away from defunding the police. Mamdani just came out. They asked him, do you believe in defunding the police? He explicitly said, I no longer believe in this. This is the embodiment of my critique of AOC and DSA, which is that, again, they may have held quasi-radical positions and then they move away from them. They disavow them. The clip that I played with the Woke 1.0 was the perfect example of this disavowal of, you know, a quasi-radical politic.
Yeah.
And of course, Annie's stupid ass in the comments trying to say...
Real quick.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. Just real quick, I just want to tell everybody that they should follow everyone on the panel, because this is like an absolutely fucking goated panel. Go ahead.
I mean, I 100% agree with Noah. Something I like to say is that you see a lot of these, you know, progressive, quote unquote, left wing candidates. They just get absorbed by power. So you see that with AOC walking back that radical message. Another great example is that, you know, the old clip of her, you know, we're tirelessly fighting for a ceasefire. And of course, that never happened. And she just held water for Joe Biden, who's basically the butcher of Gaza. And now she's, you know, getting right behind Hakeem Jeffries for speaker again, who's another, you know, person who has spent the last couple of years making excuses for the military industrial complex and American imperialism. So, yeah, that is a very valid critique of DSA. And frankly, it's the correct critique.
I mean, the other thing that really strikes me is Jasmine Crockett, because I mean, I feel like her initial positions when she came into the Democratic Party were a little bit more on the left. And what I find super interesting about her is her defense of migration, for example, is centered on the idea that Mexican people should work in fields, and that because they are, that Black people shouldn't, basically. So it's like this like an identity reductionist argument that like allows for the undocumented immigration system to continue exploiting Mexican workers. Anyway, like that's the kind of thing that comes out of like the average DSA Democrat. And like, I mean, it's no surprise that it's the candidate that's being changed. We know that this is like what's likely to happen to any person who goes into a capitalist political economy and intends to institutionalize any kind of reform, and ends up being the person being changed, the candidate being changed, their positions being changed, rather than the political and economic structure, because it's bigger than them. Like they cannot handle the actual political economy itself. And so it's just like, I mean, when it comes to Mamdani, I understand why a lot of communists believe that like the criticism of him is not really warranted. I get it, but I also think that like this is the kind of like Mamdani got off, like he literally won his election because of AOC's endorsement. And like I think it says a lot about him. And I think it said a lot about him when he got it as well.
Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed. No, go ahead, Sean. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I've never liked any of the Democratic candidates, especially like AOC. And when everyone was coming out for Jasmine Crockett, I never saw Jasmine Crockett as anything other than a Democrat. And pretending as if she was anything else, just to me was just like delusion at best. And I was just like, this is there is and Jeff knows this, there's people who are like on this app and people who I know in real life. And especially if you're Black, you know, these people where they think that because they're Black, they're radical. And that's it. That's like the extent of radicalness is just like being Black for them. And that's exactly what I saw people painting like Jasmine Crockett as. But I've been critiquing AOC since she's been talking about like playing ball with the Democratic Party forever. Because I posit to Dems, I'm just like, if your candidates constantly have to like back away from their policies that are like extremely popular in order to get the party to just like acknowledge them, then this goes to show that they don't even have enough backbone to implement these policies. Because as soon as they get into a position of power, they're just going to do everything that their party says to do. Like, politics is a job. It's not like, to them, it's just a job. It's a way to make currency. Like the way you go into work and you yes man your boss is the same way that they're going to go into work and yes man their boss. So I don't understand like how any change is actually supposed to be made, because they're not doing anything to make any change. They're just working within the system, which is just yes manning.
Totally. I think
Yeah.
I should clarify that the reason that I think a lot of people fell into the Jasmine Crockett trap is because she was affiliated with, like, I think they called them the Fab Four. It was like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and AOC, and Jasmine
Had a
Crockett.
lot of clips on TikTok. She always had lots of like reels where it was like, oh, look at Jasmine Crockett owning this Republican. So like that makes total sense.
I didn't know she was affiliated with them, because like when I would see her, the thing that would confuse me, like, Sean, you're totally right. There's this projection of radicality onto Jasmine Crockett because of a certain performance of blackness, or like an embodiment of blackness that she sort of represents. But like she's not even like necessarily like aligned with like the Ilhan Omar, Cori Bush, like Rashida Tlaib. Like she's not even like politically close to them, really.
Right.
Like she's actually closer to like, like I was so confused when there was so much discourse over the Crockett like Tallarico election, because they were pretty ideologically identical.
Right.
If we're being for real. Like the only thing that I think jeopardized folks' ability to like make that assessment of that type of ideological alignment is, again, her being black, and also being black in a particular type of way. Like I think there's something to be said about a sort of like a perceived black authenticity that is a signifier for a radical politic, even though we know that that's like often not the case. But that's unfortunately like, I think one of the like results of capitalism and like the commodification of these cultural signifiers is they like begin to take on like values, or like values that sort of like exceed them or whatever.
No, actually, and it's the opposite when a person gets too far ahead, because they try and switch it up and change it immediately. Because like preserving blackness for someone like Kamala was like the forefront of a bunch of liberals. Meanwhile, her entire candidacy was that I can do white supremacy better than Donald Trump because he has a felony, and felony is equal to blackness.
I don't know if you
Like
y'all
it-
knew that
Yep.
Kamala Harris is also affiliated with a Hindu nationalist movement. Did y'all know that?
What?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, she's
I actually didn't know that.
she's straight up anti-black, and she gets funding from like Hindu nationalist campaigns. That's why she's a huge Zionist as well.
Oh, this sounds like a really fun rabbit hole to explore.
Yeah,
I
her
have-
family
I
is a
have to
part of like
see
one
the
of the like
things.
bigger cat. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but her family is like, if you want to like find out how to look her up, is her family's affiliated with like one of the upper castes.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm just like stuck on like a nigga who makes Kamala with never hats trying to check me on my critique of like DSA and like characterize me as being like inept or like lacking comprehension. It's like, can we look inwards?
Were you on a panel earlier? Something happened?
He was on it yesterday.
Oh yeah, the panel was yesterday where I was talking about DSA. It was just like really frustrating because like I had this conversation, and you know I do have issue with like AOC and Mamdani disavowing, even defunding the police, which like I said was not even really a radical thing. It was like a sort of liberal dilution of the radical demand to abolish police and prisons. But you know I would still be for like, you know, the allocation of resources away from, you know, prisons and police, even if it's not like total abolition, but they've moved away from even that. And it's just funny because like I presented this critique, left the live because I was getting annoyed because they were claiming that I was being disingenuous and that I misrepresented AOC and whatever. And so I was just like, I don't really want to deal with this. So I left. And then I came back briefly to hear what they were talking about. And one of the people who was pressing me, a black liberal, was talking about how he actually believes that we need to give more money to the police so that they can be adequately trained and that they can like serve their particular communities better. People just show their ass, and I just got to be reminded like who I'm arguing with.
So
Like I'm arguing with a Kamala would never hat maker.
If we just give cops 79% of the city budget, maybe eventually something will happen.
So when Mamdani like announced he was running and stuff, like I had made like multiple videos about like why I don't support him. And the liberals were very upset with me about this. And one of the reasons was because he was saying that he wanted to defund police, but when you like look into like the proposed policy, it was actually giving more money to the police and like taking money away from different programs and like putting it into the police budget.
Yeah, I tend to like my big question for people who are just like, well, why don't you support the DSA now? And I'm just like, didn't Mamdani just greenlight the biggest prison in the world? Like, didn't he just do that like 2 weeks ago? Wasn't he like on the committee and could have stopped that and was just like, nope, we're going to do that. Thumbs up.
I mean, yeah, but like,
what are
look,
we talking
he's
about?
wearing a bike helmet. He wears a bike helmet, so like he's so relatable.
Dude, what sends me too about this whole conversation about like police and prisons, right? Because like Ash and Sean, like y'all pointed out, like people don't even understand like how Democrats move when it comes to police, it seems. Like their understanding of Democrats' relationships to the police is like totally divorced from empirical reality. But one thing that's also divorced from empirical reality I've peeped, I don't know if y'all have seen this, is this sort of myopic focus on private prisons. I think it's 95% of prisons are like publicly owned and operated. Like, I don't know why we are specifically focusing, like obviously private prisons are fucked up, so are public prisons.
Geo Group also owns like 90% of the detention centers. Like
I was gonna say Core Civic as well would be the rest.
Yeah. They're functionally the same apparatus essentially. Like they're capital producing prisons. Like that's their job. And people are surprised how many products you can buy at Walmart, for example, that are prison labor made products.
So I have to leave in like 5 minutes, but I want to make sure everybody gets to say whatever it is that they'd like to say. Hi, Jermaine. How are you?
What's going on, comrades? What's good? I just hopped in this live, so I was like, let me hop in. So,
Yeah,
good, though.
unfortunately, I'm about to leave. I wish you were here sooner.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'll just catch it next time.
Wait, Jermaine, you disagree with the topic, right?
All right, man. Wait, the topic? Do I disagree with it?
Yeah.
Like what? Communism versus social? Like capitalism? Like what? Like in what aspect? Like, I mean, of course, I'm a communist. Like, look, so,
You told me we need to reject both and that we need to go back to indigenous governance.
man, bye. Don't believe this guy. The man
actually
who's
think-
vacation in Tel Aviv. Like, you think you slick? You slick.
I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna say like, because one of the big things when people talk about Mamdani, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I get very tired of when people like argue for the DSA or any kind of SOC Dem or DemSOC is that they go like, oh, well, aren't they doing useful things? That conversation is so boring to me because I'm just like, yeah, you can do useful things and not also do terrible things on the back end. Like, I'm not talking about like Mamdani, like reducing rent isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about him expanding policing programs. Like, sure, he can reduce rent all he wants, but he's still getting niggas shot. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why are we ignoring this thing?
Really dangerous because it also like because it dilutes socialism, what actual socialism is. Like, and that's one of I mean, I definitely have my biggest gripe because it's very reformist, and it just I feel like people now are just misdefining what socialism is, and I think that's real problematic now with the rise of DSA, especially them coming into like politics. It definitely dilutes social, which is very frustrating because we know like in really these people are socialists because we know that America is very anti-social. What's up?
Socialist leaders. Like they'll talk shit about Fidel Castro all day long, but he implemented all of the same programs Mamdani implemented. Like,
Wait, actually, don't clock it because that's the left column's about to run with that. We are social. We are really good at making social democracies.
Anymore, and that's like what DSA really is.